Oh, hey, the camera's important. Hold on. Totally forgot about the camera. Okay. Hopefully that looks good. Mic check. Discord is turned on. Okay, everything should be looking good. Hello, Fed running Cthulhu.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I sure can.
All right. There's the video link.
Okay.
And it looks like Discord is being captured, so I think all the audio and recording is good to go.
Good. Okay. We've got 2 weeks, and we've got 26 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of which have been reviewed, which leaves you plenty. And under the reviewed column, I did mark the ones that I thought would probably be the best ones to take a look at. They're either a Go Magic game or a Benkyo B League game. And there's one that's a placement game. And that's pretty many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 games.
Okay.
Which you may or may not get all of them done.
Looks like last week was a bit of a struggle.
Yeah. This week, last week, I'm doing these title tournament games, and I'm scheduling quite a few of them. So I may be playing. I actually had a very bad day because you'll see that I had a bunch of games on Monday that I lost every one of them. So I had a bad day, apparently.
Okay. Knight's moves. I'm sure you did the Go problems.
Oh, I did. Interestingly, I haven't really been using Sumiko Dragon all that much in the last couple of weeks, but I did make a special effort in the last 2 days to get all of those problems done. So they are done.
Are you using another Go problem service?
No, I guess I've just been playing so many games
Okay.
that I haven't.
I am not against that. I also reward. Sebago Dragon also rewards playing games. So, these weren't rated, were they?
None of them are rated, except Sumiko Dragon gives me credit for my NAOL games because of the little the glitch that they are shown as being rated.
That's funny.
But they're not really.
That's
so
funny.
Sumiko Dragon thinks they're rated.
I mean, I wouldn't if the API made sense. I wouldn't mind rewarding these as well. But like, I'm not. If there's not an easy API, I'm not going to bother.
I get credit for Go Magic ones too. Now,
That's
if you were
great.
to go to my profile and look at rated games, you'd see nothing but NAOL and Go Magic. So, except for one correspondence game, somebody begged me to play, and I felt like I should do it. But I said no more rated ones. But I won it, so it was okay.
So why is this called NAGF all of a sudden? I thought it was the NAOL.
North American Go Foundation.
Right.
It is the NAOL, and all the correspondence comes out with NAOL on it. And it is confusing that they list it as NAGF here on the server.
Yeah, just a bit. But I'm happy that you are getting rewarded for these though, so I like that. Okay, so let's go back to this.
Oh, and I'll be very rewarded next month.
Yeah.
do we get rewarded for 9x9 and 13x13?
Yeah. You don't see that in the mornings?
Oh, well, I haven't played 9x9 or 13x13.
Yeah, it would say 13 by 13 0 9 by 9 0. But so you do get rewarded for it. You just get less per game.
Okay, no problem. I'm actually going to try to do the Grand Slam, believe it or not.
Ooh, fun.
I'm going to try. And I don't know whether I should start with 19x19 or whether I should start with
I think you should
9x9
start with
and work
19 by
my way up.
19 because it's a lot easier to catch up 9 by 9 than 19 by 19.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe play a couple. I don't know how many like budget some 19 by 19 games, and then maybe do some 9 by 9 13 by 13 after because those are a lot less pressure, so a lot less mental effort, and they are a lot faster.
That's for sure. I'm going to find it interesting if I do the Grand Slam to see what my Blitz ratings are on the server in those categories, because I don't have any Blitz ratings at all, because I've never actually used the Blitz settings, although I kind of play at Blitz speed.
I don't know if any of them are going to count as blitz because of the way OGS coded their blitz button. Because their blitz button on the play page does 10 seconds a move, which is a live game, not a blitz game. This is really dumb.
Isn't Blitz live? I mean, it's not
corresponding. Yeah, but it's treated as Blitz live and correspondence are three different types. So okay. Each of these have their own rank.
When we do this challenge, we're going to use the Blitz button, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. But I can't change how OGS does it, so I can't. They're just doing it wrong.
Okay. So, all right. Well, that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So then it'll affect the
in theory
ratings for the 19 by 19 live and the 13 by 13 live and the 9 by 9 live.
Yeah, in theory.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So you put none of the dark red in the blue reviews.
Well, the reason, actually, I guess the reason I did that was because, first of all, the Igaru game is an even game with a weaker player. And, I mean, you can look at whatever you want.
Oh, 8 stones, I see.
And the deadly, oh, that's right, that was an 8-stone game. I played an 8-stone game with him, which is what he deserved because I was 7Q and he's 15Q. And then I actually played an even game with him, which I didn't win by such a large...
Fedrin's here. Let's look at that one.
Who was here?
Fedrin.
Oh, yeah, Fedrin. Yeah, let's do Fedrin's. Fedrin almost always shows up.
Review started.
Okay.
Okay. I can just barely win against Fedrin. I think I won against her once. I won against them once. Not any more than that, and played a number of games.
I want to say this one is probably a little bit off because Black's going to build faster than you. So you can go here. I think the AI would like this move. If this is a Joseki. You could also just split. Splitting is usually pretty nice because then you'll have to deal with one square instead of two. But, you know, I think here, dadgum that home button, I swear. I hit that so much. I think here.
Okay.
But not a huge deal. It just feels a little nice for Black to get this. No, you gotta fight. Black's is bigger than yours, you gotta fight or something. What the fudge? Black, you don't have to fight. I don't know what that is.
We kind of did discuss H15 as being an unusual move.
It's just bad. It's just bad. It's just cutting yourself. I think you can descend and maybe cut. I think that might be easier for you. I like how you're handling this so far, though. Very nice. I don't like I don't think I like this one. I think I want to seal these in as fast as possible. Okay, don't lose the cutting stones. You're doing good. That's not right. Let's get here.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should be surrounding the 3 stones. Empty triangles are really bad for liberties, so definitely don't want to fight a capture race with that shape. Okay, I like this for white, I think. Yeah? What is happening? Okay, just keep surrounding stuff. You'll get Sente at some point. Like, eventually you'll have enough points that you'll get Sente and go deal with black side. I think probably here. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely should be here. The endgame's not worth the this Hane and only having 2 liberties when you're the attacker. It's much better to attack right now. This one is so-so. Okay, now go to the right. Oh, too much. The timing is now. Here's a nice spot. Get some Aji in there. You could go here, here, shoulder, here, shoulder. But just deal with it, it's the idea. This is very Gote. Ooh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
This is okay. I think once you start getting to like 5K plus, you need to start being more Sente.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is going to be super easy for you though, because you're so far ahead.
Yeah, but I lose this game by quite a large margin. And by the way, being 5Q plus is quite a ways away.
Aren't you 7Q?
I am on BenQ League.
Yeah, so, well, you're not playing graded games, so we got to go by that.
Yes, I suppose so. We got to go by BenQ League.
Yeah, so you're 7Q.
Mm-hmm.
So you're almost 5Q. That's a nice move.
I know it is. I should have probably just done a diagonal. I want to get in.
I just want to just go in.
Okay.
So the thing is, reduce trades territory for influence. You can't get influence.
There's no influence.
Right.
Yeah,
so
no
go destroy the territory.
Right. Right.
Nah, just bamboo. Maybe. Sorry, here. I don't know. I don't really like this shape. This knight's move is in a bad spot. Good. Solid.
Right.
And now you have the liberties to break through.
Zafotech just followed.
What? How did you lose? Did something die?
Well, let's see. It was a while ago. I don't remember.
Not yet.
That right side is pretty big.
Yeah, that's why it's not time to do this yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think you can.
I think you can still break in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can just break in this way.
Yeah, I didn't see that at all.
What about here? Or I would still ask here, see what black lets you have. Yeah, I think you're not playing the attachments.
Oh yeah. I'm not very good at the attachments.
No, it's not endgame yet. You can't let black get away with all this. You have to get to that right side. See, this is why you lost. You never broke in. That's the issue. This is super duper small. This one does like 1 point.
Yeah, I guess I just didn't see how R8 was going to work, and I didn't see that I could break in at N7.
Well, a lot of the times you don't know how it's going to work. That's why you have to gain the experience. Remember the invasions?
I know.
That's the whole
And
reason we do it.
that's what I'm supposed to be doing next month during the Western Server Challenge.
Did you and Ben stop working on the invasions?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, you definitely
Oh,
should.
by
If
the
you would have
way,
been invasioned, you would have won.
I did a invasion last night in my AYD game, and I won the AYD game.
Nice. Yeah, just invade, and I think you win. Approach fourth line is the DDK invasions. Attaching are the single digit Q invasions. Definitely you should have gone in before. This is a wasted move. Having this cutting point makes a world of difference. Yeah, I want to say that's the big thing, is you just didn't invade. A lot of the other stuff looks really good.
You know, it's interesting. In my game in AYD last night, I managed to do an invasion.
Oh, you did?
And...
What? Now? Don't do it now.
Yeah. But I got desperate. I knew I had to try something.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I think you should have just got desperate sooner. You should have tried this sooner. Nice little nose idea. Yeah, all these ideas are great. Just do it like 50 moves earlier. You're looking for the Aji, that's correct. You're trying the nose to Tsuji, the attachments. All that is good. Just you got to do it 50 moves sooner. Yeah, now it's a little too much.
Yeah, it's
unfortunate.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you were just too late. That's not Senta yet. Wait, oh wait, there. Okay, so yeah, not yet. You're looking at here, here, and then capture.
Oh, okay. That's a lot to read.
Yeah, okay. It's understandable. But you're technically okay for one liberty. Okay, I'm assuming you can handle this, right?
Well, let's see.
Yeah, easy. Okay, yeah, you handled that well. That is Dame. Push.
That's right, yes.
Yeah, Fedrin got all the in-game on you.
Yeah, they're so far ahead that, you know, given that the invasion did not pan out.
Yeah.
And
wait,
of course,
wait, you passed? You passed?
Well, it's okay. I forgot that there was that. Okay, I missed the last possible point, but I also knew the game was over.
Okay. Yeah, but it also means you're not checking the board clearly.
And this is a one-stone handicap game.
Yeah, I think the big issue is you just didn't invade.
Yeah, I know.
Everything else seems pretty okay.
Okay, so then basically it was not the total disaster I felt it was. I mean, obviously I had to invade and I didn't.
It can't be a total disaster. It was only 18 points.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta stop holding yourself like.
Your definition of total disaster and mine is different.
I know, but that's a very common thing that people will do. Is like, oh, they lose the game, it's terrible. But that's like you flip a coin, and if you don't get it right, and it's the end of the world. No, it's okay. Your opponent's also trying to win. They're a human being as well. 18.5 points is not bad.
Okay, all right. So you made short work of that game, so you'll probably be able to cover.
So let's do the most recent then. This one, you'll remember this one.
Oh, this is the Go Magic game that I won by 0.5 point. And by the way, I'm probably going to get I'm going to get a prize for that. I know for a fact I will. And the last time I had a 0.5 game in Go Magic, they gave me, I think it was a $60 certificate.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okay. I guess thank you. It's understandable. Why are you not attacking anything?
Because I'm me.
Anything in this area. That's the answer. This is just basic shape. Also, this is not good. Both players have a base. Second line's in-game. This
Okay,
is...
but look, do I want them to play Q17?
You shouldn't care.
I shouldn't care.
Unless
Okay,
it takes your base, you shouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, right now you should be... You should just be attacking, right? Like, the way you play Go is you establish a position of control, and then you try to surround your opponent with it. And while you're doing that, they're going to live, and you're going to make more than they will, right? So that the whole way you make points is by attacking. So you can't win the game if you don't attack.
Oh, I know. You've told me that before. And and I know that that's the basic idea, but it's just never the way I've played Go. And
Yeah, you keep trying to make territory.
yeah, I know. And I mean, I always have. I've always played a peaceful game. I've always, taken my territory, and
Cut.
when they try to take it away, I try to keep it. And amazingly enough, I've won quite a few games that way. And I don't know if it's
Well, that's because you have like a Dawn level opening if it goes the way you want it to.
That's true.
Outclassing your opponent is a way to win, but also it's... I think it's the reason you've been stuck for so long is because you won't do the aggressive stuff. When the game calls for it, you need to be aggressive.
Right, but I've got to figure out how to do that.
Stop trying to make territory.
Oh, okay.
If you try not to worry about territory, then all that's left is to attack.
Okay. All right. So, go back to where you said any move around here. Okay, there. Right about there. You said any move around here. You said attack something.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to attack F4 or I'm supposed to attack D11?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what attack means here in this sense, though?
Cap.
Well, yes, that is the answer. But what is it trying to do?
Make black struggle to live.
Surround. You are trying to surround. And a cap does do that. Yes.
Yeah. So F11. F11 is a cap on the D11 stone.
A, B, C.
Right.
Even D. E's kind of a weird looking one, but possible.
And D helps myself as well.
Yeah, if you want to be a little bit more confident or a little bit safer, then D is a okay attack. You go D, they go B, and then you go F. But it doesn't matter, like as long as you're trying to surround them. That's all that like really matters here. It's also really bad to place star points if you're trying to make territory. Star points do not want territory. So if you make territory with them, you waste the move. It's almost better to not have the move.
So I should use 2 star points in my opening as white.
Well, so it depends on what you want to work on, but
I
yeah.
mean star points. I mean, I should use 2 Komoku as in my opening as white.
I think a star point and 3-4 points is a good balance for you. Because I think right now you need to learn how to attack, but you shouldn't go to the extreme where you don't have any points, right? So I think
I've mostly been doing 1 star point and 1 Komoku, mostly. Sometimes I've done 2 Komoku, and I don't generally do 2 star points much anymore as white.
Yeah, I don't think that would suit you very well with your style.
Well, I always used to play 2 star points as white.
Yeah, but you only make territory, so it's a lot
Right.
faster for you to make 2, 3, 4 points than 2 star points. 2 star
Right.
points are very flexible though, but you have to have like good judgment and be willing to fight for the center. Because the star points pretty much look at the center. I think you should play the game and try not to make territory. This doesn't mean you never
Hugully7
get
just
it.
followed.
It means it should not be the main purpose of the move. Okay? So, what does that look like? Well, we play open corners, open sides, but we don't try to make points. We try to make extensions. So, we want our opponent to evade.
You need to turn my volume up according to chat.
Okay.
Hello?
Oh my gosh. Definitely louder in my ear.
Okay, hello, hello. How is it, chat?
It's louder on some level. Okay. So, they said hi.
Hello, Hugo. He's one of our newest Benkyo League members.
Nice. Nice.
He's one done.
Oh, cool. Okay, so here I think is a good point. You play here, you're looking at the territory, right?
Right.
When
Right.
I play here, I'm saying I want to take the base and cap, right?
Okay.
Because you want to surround the stone. You want to surround, but if you do that, they're going to make a base. Okay, take that away, and then surround them.
Okay.
Don't worry about the points. That does not matter. Just surround the weak stones.
All right. I'm going to have to start making surrounding moves, even if I don't quite understand them.
Yeah, I think it's really difficult to work on something new if you're not allowing yourself to get out of your habits, right?
Right.
If you're always wanting to make territory and you're like, I want to add this on top of territory, well, then you're going to have to just do that thing exclusively until you get used to it and then bring it all back together and let it click. So I think
Yeah.
right now you need to just focus on attacking. Like, it's okay to make a Shamari because that's a base, right? We make a Shamari to make a base. That's fine. That's not territory. We're making a base. Bases are okay. But don't try to make territory. Try to make a base, take a base, and attack. If you can't attack anything, like let's say black fixed or whatever, if you can't attack anything, make an extension. Who knows, right? Maybe approach theirs, and you're gonna set up an extension. You're looking at base. You're looking at extension, not points. All you're looking at is I want to attack in this area. I want to attack over here, right? And that's all you're going to look at is bases and attacking. And that should open up some new ideas for you, I think. Here, you made a base, and you're also taking black space, so it's quite nice. Here you take the base, it's quite nice. Your opponent goes in, so you surround them, and you do that perfectly. You surround them. This one's technically Gote, but it's not bad. And then all you have to do is just keep surrounding. But as soon as you stop surrounding, you go for a endgame move. Let's assume these two are okay. Then what would I do on top? I don't want to make points, right? Because that's what we're trying to get rid of right now. We want to set up attacks. That's what we're working on. So let's play a 1-point jump. Let's try to invite him in. You could also play a large knight, but maybe that's a little bit too much to ask right now. Because I think right now I just need you to go up. And you're trying to invite them in. You want to say, hey, come in, and then I'm going to surround you. And that's what you want to do, is just surround them. Yep, this is all good. Staying connected and surrounding black. I'll accept this as taking the eye space.
Yes, it was. It was taking the eye space, and I knew it was also helping me.
Right, that's fine. I would Nobi. You have low liberties, then
Yeah.
Nobi.
Right.
Okay, you are cutting black. Perfectly reasonable. All right, and now you're going to go play a big move. So we want to surround. And then maybe surround. And if we don't do that, then maybe we surround this one.
Yeah. Now, if I surround the 2 stones, aren't they just going to connect to the ones on the bottom?
Who cares?
Okay.
What value do they get? They live, right? But
Not much.
They get 0 value.
And I have outside influence.
Right. So it doesn't matter. Like, we don't have to worry about that as much right now. Right now, we need to learn how to attack. Then we can be picky about which attack is better. But if you're not attacking at all, then anything's better, right? It's as long as you do it. But if you're worried about that, you could literally just do this and then threaten the cap as a follow-up. Like, you could look at some cutting points, maybe here. This is where all the reading and cutting points come in, right? But you have to even start attacking before you can think about stuff like that. I think if they do this, go in once and then run away. Because if you play this, then it's kind of like you just poke territory. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit uncomfortable, but it should still be playable.
Mm-hmm.
Here you are surrounding this, which is quite interesting because technically you're supposed to unsettle first and then surround, right?
Okay.
And that would build this top side quite well. However, if you threaten to do that by surrounding first and they go here, you get the first move over here. So it's quite an interesting idea if you're looking at surrounding stuff. That is okay, but I think you're not doing it for the reason I think you're doing it.
No, I'm not. I'm doing it to make territory.
This is making territory? How?
Well, it's a wall that I can use to build the top.
If you want territory, that's the territory.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah, you're building a wall, you use it to attack.
But I'm helping my 2 stones also.
Oh,
Because if black
that
gets to
helps it
play
better.
there, then my 2 stones are in trouble.
right, but there's a double cutting point. This is not good for helping your stone.
That's true.
The reason I think it's okay is because if black tries to do this, you already said you were okay with that, then now you can go build this entire section. Because black took Gote for 10 points. So in my mind, the thickness is okay, but technically, if you don't know that, you're not supposed to be getting cut. So you should have ran like this.
Mm-hmm.
Possible, but we need to be more aggressive than this. This looks very interesting. If we can cut, that'd be great. This is why we do cut go problems, right?
Yep.
Oh, this is almost a triple attack. I knew you were gonna do it. I want to do this.
Oh yeah. See, now I cannot even imagine that. I can't.
This?
I cannot. No, I can't even imagine that.
It's a capping move.
Well, yes, it's a capping move, but it wasn't just the capping move I couldn't imagine. It was what you did after the capping move.
But don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's just me playing ideas, right? I don't really care if your follow-up's exact. I just want you attacking it. I just want you to surround. Don't worry about the exact variation right now.
Yeah.
I just want to get rid
All
of
right.
this. You need to be attacking
Okay.
with this position.
So I can grasp the concept of the difference between playing underneath the stone and playing over top of the stone. I can grasp that much.
Okay.
And it's interesting because in the AYD game, I had actually built the walls of the Moyo up so high while allowing someone to come in on the bottom. Like I left it too open on the bottom, but it got to the point where the walls were so high when the guy tried to come into the Moyo, playing under it was actually the right thing to do.
Huh.
which in song he criticized me for not, playing more for territory.
Wait, what?
Well, yeah, he did because okay, you got to see the game. Okay, go to the game. Sure.
Is it last week or this week's?
Yeah, it's this week. It was played last night. Okay, so all right, just go real fast. Okay, now, let's see. Oh, it was wait a second. Go back farther. Go back farther.
Are you sure it was this one?
Maybe it was the one before. I don't know. Um, no, it wasn't that. It was no. Go back to the one that you were looking at before, and go back farther. Just play a couple moves.
Hey, there we go. Cap. Surround. Keep surround. I like this so much better. That one's odd. Just keep surrounding.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Okay.
So I actually want to.
Okay, you know what? It might have been a different game, and somebody else commenting. So, but if you want to look at this, that's fine. But my memory of the situation might have been different.
I mean, it's already been reviewed. I want to kind of go over this concept, though. So we just talked about how you're going to focus on surrounding. But there is this idea of I'm weak and they're weak, right? So when you have this idea, pick the surrounding move that also helps you. So like that one.
Oh, wait. That's not... Oh, God. You know what? I may have the link to the wrong game. That was...
Yeah, Ben reviewed this one.
No, wait a second. Did you do the Mendex game or did you do the Cha-Cha 20 game? Open that.
Oh, I must have misclicked.
This is the one. You did.
Okay.
So let's look at this. Okay, now wait. Go back a few moves. Go right there. Now, you see how there's space for white to come in at the top, okay? And so basically, he criticized me for playing J11 because I should have played at like N16 instead to protect what I'd built because it was so invadable. Then when I played J11, now go forward. There. Now that was the right move at that point where, you say like play on top. Well, sure. If I would play on top, except for the fact that the bottom, my top was too invadable. So it was okay for me to protect it according to Insung at that point because, I should have protected it earlier, closer to the top edge, but not having done that, when he came in at the top, it was okay to protect it where I did, according to him.
So there's a couple things with that. This is definitely the better move, unless you know the exact score and the win condition.
Yeah.
If you know the score and you know what you need to win, and making territory just makes you win, then yeah, of course, get the territory. But while in practice, you don't know how to do that yet. Right now, you don't even know how to surround. So why are we trying to do this? It's like you're trying to play the pro move without knowing why you're playing the pro move.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, if that's all you need to win, of course that's the answer. But I think right now you need to learn how to surround stuff.
I think at that point he thought that because I had built this, that maybe I was in a position to make that kind of a move. But I wouldn't know myself.
Oh yeah, you're way ahead if you do this.
Okay, see, that's what he told me. He said to play that.
Yeah, 10, 20, 30, 35, let's say 40. You have 10, 20, probably 30 right on the bottom side alone. Shamari's 10 plus this, so we'll say 15. That already puts you at 35. So you need 5 points from all of this top side.
Yeah, and there's already...
Right. But that's because we counted, right? There's so many layers to it. And Ensong just instantly applies like a dozen concepts at a glance because he's
I
so
know he is.
experienced.
Yeah, right. And so the thing is, here we are talking about whether to cap or not. And there's so much involved in it that it can be okay not to. And mostly it's probably better to cap.
I would say most of what I try to teach is the things that work most of the time. Like, obviously, nothing is exact and go. But I try to teach either the thing that is most likely to be correct or the thing that is going to lead up to you learning the correct move. So in this case, I really think the cap would be following our basics better because there is a weak group here and a weak group here.
Yeah, that is true.
It's a little questionable, but if you save these 2 stones, that's baseless group. So this is potentially what our basics would tell us. But we defy the basics when we read and judge that there's something better. In other words, this you should be doing blindly until you see that, oh, I only need this much to win. Well, now you just know that something else is better. So reading trumps everything, right? Reading and judgment, if you can do it, trumps everything else. So basics-wise, this is the move, more or less.
Now, later in the game, white plays S6, and I should lose the 2 stones, but I played S10, and white didn't follow it up properly, and I did manage to save them.
Nice.
And he said that was actually black's chance to pull ahead because because I should have played S6 before.
Oh. No. You have done the thing. You have run with the knight's move.
Well, yeah, I know. And I actually could have saved the 3 stones, the one on the sector line and the 2 farther in. I could have actually saved them, but I got to the point where I thought I couldn't. And rather than add to my loss, I did give them up, and I did go on to win the game. I think it was by about 20 points. So it turned out okay.
If you can give these up and still win, then all you needed to do was just play here or something.
Right, exactly. Exactly. But I didn't know that at that point.
Right.
And I should have counted sooner. I should have.
Yeah, definitely counting is an underrated skill.
Oh, I counted.
But I don't like that you died.
I counted multiple times, but later in the game. I should have counted sooner.
You're supposed to count after every exchange and at every intersection.
Oh, yeah?
So every time there's a multiple choice answer, count each result. And after every exchange, count and then make a big move. That's the ideal answer. This one's slow.
Does anybody really have the time for that?
You have 20 minutes that you don't use half the time.
And this was a 40-minute game, so
you have 40 minutes.
I had 40 minutes. Yes. Yeah. I'll count more.
That's one of the things you should have way more than enough of, because I know all of my students play too fast.
Ben has been encouraging me to count at least 4 times during the game, and a lot sooner than I do.
In an ideal world, you should always know what the score is, right? That is the ideal thing. So yeah, of course, try to count at least 4 times and work your way up. But technically, when you think, what should I play, count. Because you don't know how to answer that question without counting, right? Now, obviously, the Clossius approach gives you shortcuts because it gives you the thing that's right most of the time, or it tells you how to do something. But at the end of the day, as you get stronger and stronger and make your play more and more perfect and less like beginner cheat sheet, you need to know how to do these things like count and make a decision instead of just relying blindly on the Clossius approach.
Monster Pond 21 just followed.
Okay, what was it? Where were we at here? You're not protecting your cutting points as well.
No. Nope.
You have forgotten that knight's moves are cuttable. Ew. Surround. Surround. I don't care what.
With a knight's move.
Well, you can attack with the knight's move. You don't defend with the knight's move. Knight's moves are cuttable, so attacking it's fine. Defending it's not good.
Uh-huh.
Yep, and there's cutting points here. This would be fantastic if you can escape.
Oh, really? I don't think so.
It's just possible. Hey, look, a knight's move. Okay, so this is funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cutting points. And since the 2-space also is a cuttable shape, there's 7 cutting points in this position. All you have to do is just try to attack something. Yeah. If you attack the cutting points, you would destroy this position. 8 cutting points now.
Oh.
Because,
by the way,
remember, this is a double keep.
Let me tell you what Insung said during the review last night. He said that the reason I won the game is because my opponent played passively. And he said, you see how that feels? Don't let your opponents feel that way.
What the fudge? That is something, I guess. He really wants to just make you hate passive play so much that you just stop doing it.
Either that or I'll stop AYD. I don't know which.
Yeah, there's so many cutting points.
I know.
At this point, you've cut something by accident. Hey, there you go. Cut something. Okay, yep. Very good. And, oh, wait.
I think that the only reason I won this game is because I, wormed my way in there and, reduced the number of points you could get in that center area.
Connections are better. More liberties.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Especially since you can push and go here.
Right. Right.
This is not easy to play, though, but still, it gives you a lot more options. That is not the big endgame move. We are at endgame, so second line.
That's right. And S17.
Yes, both of those are big. There you go. Yeah, now you start the endgame. Okay. Don't die. Yep. A little bit of a misread here, but okay. I understand. Definitely a misread here.
Oh, yes. I could have saved that stone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Very nice. Punish. Nope. Tanuki, it's already dead.
Oh, that's true.
Nice. Very good point. Whenever you have this, always check, because if you can double Atari, the second line cut, there's a lot of the times there's a Tsuji here. This one is uncertain. Because it's really tricky. But it's all on black to figure it out. That's the cool thing. You don't even have to worry about it. Yeah, it's difficult to read, but that is your opponent's problem, not yours. This is very small. This one is okay, but I don't like it yet. Still have this move. No, just connect. Connections are better. I'm not sure why, but you're picking up some bad habits. This case, this one's better because this is never a point for black, so it's okay. It's okay,
Okay.
that D1 is Sente because it's 0 points regardless. Good. What? 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 We're missing Ataris. And you protected a 0 point. You protected a false eye.
Oh, yeah. I guess I was tired.
Yeah, definitely playing too fast. Both of you missed an Atari, and you played a 0 point move.
Right. Yeah, go back. Let me look at that again.
Okay, you played here to Atari,
Right.
and your opponent ignored, and you forgot about it.
And that was, well, yeah. That was stupid. I think it wasn't so much that I forgot about it as maybe could I have just been pushing the border? I don't know. Maybe I didn't see it was Atari, but I don't know.
But even then, this is following your opponent because this is not a point.
I realize that. So I can't remember what I was thinking.
Definitely a blunder because you got to realize this. You're at the top 50% of Go players. We can't just like rush it and miss Ataris. Because that's not holding ourselves to the level that we are at. Does that make sense?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of single digit Q is just holding yourself accountable to being a stronger player. Because a lot of the times it's not that you don't know it, it's that you're just not putting in the work. You got to put in the effort. When mentally that's really draining, especially for a 9x19 over a 9x9. So it's really exhausting, but you're like stronger than half the Go community, so you got to hold yourself to the higher standard of I'm better than half the Go community because I have this tool, that tool, and that tool that I have to think about. So because I put in this effort, I'm better. And I think a lot of single digit Q is just making sure that you're actually playing the best move that you know that exists instead of just instantly responding or following your opponent or not doing the things that you know you're supposed to be doing. I know 3Q to 1 Dawn is all little things like that. Because if you 3Q, I think 3Q, 2Q, and 1Q know all of the Dawn moves. They know all of the tactics and all of the habits that you need to be a Dawn player. But they're lazy. They don't want to read a 10-move sequence. And it's like, if you just say, hey, there's a cutting point, they'll just go for it. Instead of saying, hey, there's a cutting point, what happens, and then make a decision to go for it or not. And that's all that 3Q to 1 Dawn, that's all it is. So I noticed that you're picking up some habits that I'm not sure why, but I think it's probably because just the amount of time that has passed. But there's two cuttable shapes that you're doing, and one is the Knight's move, which we talk about all the time with the little cat, and the other is this shape right here, the double peep.
Right.
You're doing this a couple times now. So these are very common cuttable shapes, but I think you're forgetting them because you're working on other stuff. But we can't drop what we already know.
Right.
Okay, so I want to make a note. You are playing a Knight's move for defense. You are also playing the 1 space L into another 1 space jump. That is supposed to be a dog's face or a diagonal. Spelling. Yeah, so typically this is going to be a dog's face, right? Typically that's the shape. Because this is not a Knight's move because it has the tiger's mouth, right? But it is a knight's move from here, and it's a touching move. So obviously this is not the answer for this one. So just play diagonal.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And all of it is I'm just running without getting cut. It's the first lesson of the Clossius approach that we have to like drill ourselves on to the point it comes second nature. But then when we start adding on other stuff, we can't forget the first thing that we learned, which is don't die. So we have to run away, we have to invade, we have to attack, and we do all of that without dying. And that is the easier said than done, but that's technically the most important thing is watch your cutting points. Okay. So let's look at some more games. Did that one. Scary Tom. This one's already been reviewed by Ben.
Oh, okay. Then don't bother with that one.
Jim. Jim the cat.
Review started.
Have you ever played this One Space Jump?
Yeah, that's old fashioned, right? And that results in black placing another move at D11, right? Oh.
What's that? You could also go here at this timing and still jump. It's also fine.
Yeah. Isn't there a variation where black plays at D11?
Yeah, but this is complicated. I don't know if we have the reading for this one. You have to pretty much almost memorize this one. I'm just looking at fundamental shapes. Pincer. This is not a fundamental shape. This is a big reading sequence. Fundamental shapes are one space jumps, pincers, all that stuff. This is a very fundamental Joseki.
Okay. Now, the thing is, the way you played it with black continuing out like that, doesn't that give an awful lot to white? Okay, white protects the single stone first?
Well, it doesn't. It sometimes it depends on what your opponent wants, right? If your opponents will play here, in which case you can start surrounding. Let's just go here to be safe, or they might go here, in which case you pincer.
Okay.
Now you think this is a lot, but remember the 3/3 is still open, and this idea is possible because you have A and B as follow-ups. So because it's the star point, this is not that big of a deal because the star point's really bad at keeping territory. Right, so splitting or whatever. This one is not basic because we just immediately get cut off. Right. Another option, which I was a big fan of, and I think I still am, is the counter pincer. So when they want to this stone, you can sacrifice it and get the corner, and you just choose high or low depending on what's right here. But that's another Joseki, but eh. The idea is like you don't have to play the same Joseki over and over. You really want to think about the basics. And I really am a big, big believer in playing the basics over playing Joseki, because if you play Joseki blindly, then you're going to just not understand them, which defeats the purpose of even having the Joseki. Okay, so why place here? A lot of the times what I see on this level, around this level, is that these three stones, they're going to get heavy, even though you played this one specifically because those are light.
All right.
Okay, it's not bad. Hey, surround. Nice. You do want to block this one, though. That is your base.
Okay.
They cut, but they also have to defend. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. That's still fine. You blocked your base. Very good. Okay, nothing to surround here, so we can move on. Not that one's not good because you're actually giving fourth line territory.
True.
Technically, we want one more move, but we don't know that yet. Let's just go here. Why not? What are they gonna do? They can't cut us. This dies. That stone's dead. Who cares, right? Who cares? Let's just build up some habits. Okay. That's interesting. I like this. This is very innovative. Okay, now
I didn't know what to do. So
yeah, that once you don't know what to do, you start thinking basics, and your move looks really good.
I'll tell you what. The reason I did it was because I wanted a base, but I knew that L3 was a armpit hit and bad. So I, got myself a little bit of an extension, and I didn't necessarily want to jump in to R3 because I didn't want to, give white such a great Moyo.
See, you thought about all the pros and cons and stuff instead of just playing something blindly, and it's very innovative. I like it. This one I think would be better here, and that is because of the cutting point shape.
Right.
This is also touching a weak group. Okay, and now we just played Eve. Uh-oh, you got distracted. It is a nice move, though. I think this would be perfect.
Yes,
Your base, their base, everybody's base.
Yes, and I really don't want to get kicked.
Take.
And
I got
kicked.
Nobi.
I know, I got a Nobi.
It may be fine. This level doesn't really punish it all that much, so it's probably okay. No, don't do it now. The whole point was to get the dogs and horse face. Now it doesn't matter. I think your opponent typically wants to try to surround this, and then freaking weak groups, man. Can't do what I want to do because everything's weak. Okay, that's fine. Interesting.
Well, the reason I did it is because I'm supposed to be trying Benvasions, and I am familiar with the fact that the kick and Nobi is invadable. So I figured I'd try.
I want to say this one's probably a little easier to play, though. Because this one technically, if I take the liberty, is a J group.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But not a huge deal. There's also this idea. It's a little bit more complicated, but that's why I thought that this one's a little simpler in this particular position, because there's not really a strong connection under right now. Anyway, just another idea for you to consider. Ooh, nice. See, this is looking really good. The bottom right looks really good. Look how much you're destroying this position for white. White's got nothing here. Do you have to? Let's check. Boom.
Well, let's see.
Here,
6 die, 8 live,
here,
7 according to Sente.
Okay.
See, I specifically did it because I know that 6 die, 8 live, 7 according to Sente, and I thought that I was going to be in big trouble if white got to play S1.
Why not here then?
Because white white can't throw in at S1 because I take. So that would have been fine. But I guess I was thinking about a potential throw in as a reason not to do that. But I went straight down.
Yeah, I think probably this level loses about 20 to 30 points from just these little things. Very good to Nikki. Good. I guess you're trying to fix, so I guess it's okay.
Yeah, I guess I worry
this idea.
when I have a row of single, space jumps, facing a row of single space jumps, I get nervous.
Yeah, you should read them. My concern is that you've played a move that forces your opponent to get strong, but you did it in Gote. It needs to be Sente. Otherwise, just play something like that. Don't let your opponent have strength.
Okay.
Not for free, anyway. What are you doing here? You're following your opponent.
Well, I suppose it doesn't really help. I guess I should actually just be playing a door line move on the F16 and K8 stones. There's a door line there.
No. Let's remember your goal is to try to attack something, right?
Oh, what's there to attack?
Nothing. So how do we set up an attack?
Against nothing.
Against you have to set up a position to attack something. That's what extensions are, right?
Are you telling me that I'm not following this at all? So make it simple.
Okay, so a Shamari wants an extension, right?
Right.
So you're setting up a position that they are going to have to invade or deal with, so you will be able to attack whatever stone they use to invade or deal with it.
Okay, so H15, I'm...
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what I was trying to get to.
And not only that, but it also gets close to the sector line.
Exactly. Moyo versus Moyo, build while reducing.
Right.
That one's really good. Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. So, see, you already figured it out. I definitely got a double high. Remember,
right.
This is for influence and Gote. There's no influence, and so we really don't like it here. Yep, this is fine. Your reductions are okay. Your defense is mostly okay, but you've been getting cut. Your life and death is okay, but your invasions and your attacks, that's where you're losing it. Oh, very nice. Your opponent ignored and you Tanuki'd. Nice, good defense here. Okay. Good. And another Tanuki, but not here. We still owe one more move for defense. There is not a good way to connect this, is there?
No, but L11 perhaps?
L11. It's as good, it's as good a move as any.
L12, yeah, sure.
Oh, no, you got to stay on the weak side. This one has a potential eye, this one doesn't.
Right, okay.
So if you're going to play a diagonal, I would play that one.
Okay.
Yeah, so here, wasted moves. That one's good. As long as we watch our connection, we can probably start endgame now. Cool.
I am really, really trying to do these invasion things.
Yeah, that's really good. Oh, no, you have to fix it.
Well, I was wondering whether the single stone was that significant.
Well, the idea of this move was to destroy the points, right?
Right. Okay.
So...
yeah, I guess I was thinking maybe if I played R13 that I was going to get capped and... yeah, okay.
No, your concern is correct, but the fundamental is we got to save the stones somehow. It's just if we don't like this sequence, we have to pick a different sequence, blah, blah, blah. We can't just lose it. Otherwise, our original plan is just meaningless. Right. This feels Gote. That's Gote. Ah, no, go back to your endgame.
Right.
Hey, double Hana here. That's nice. Go to the endgame. Go to the endgame. Hey, your opponent started it, but they don't know the Clossius stuff. Oh, they played a Gote move. Good,
I
good,
hope,
good.
I hope Jem's not in the audience right now.
Okay,
You
this one
gotta,
doesn't
you gotta
threaten.
always, you gotta always assume that my opponents are in the audience because so many of them are.
Well, then they should know. They should learn the Novi. I have helped them improve now.
That's right.
Yeah, it's fine. Gote, but it's fine. Nope, nope, nope. Corner, you go here.
Okay, right. Got it.
Hmm. That feels Dame. Yeah, push.
True.
I think you might be playing too fast. Because it feels like
Wouldn't
you're
be the first time.
It feels like you're playing things, or you're making mistakes that you had fixed before.
Oh,
Yeah, it feels like you're throwing stones because you don't know where to go. Just push the borders. Here's a really nice one, by the way. That one's really
yeah.
good. Because they have to fix. Push the border. Push the border. Maybe here and threaten to do that. Push, push. That's a block. That's maybe 1 point, maybe 2 points. Okay, whatever. That is Gote. That is Gote. That is Sente. That is kind of Sente. Sure. Okay, push, 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 and block. Cut, cut, cut. Booyah! Free stuff. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, any more pushes? Definitely this one if you can find it. That one is also Sente. So at least 2. Maybe 3, and then B1. Okay. Oh. So I think you lost like 3 or 4, maybe 4 or 5 points right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you've lost like 6 or 7 points. Okay, that's co-threat. So, is it co-threat time yet?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I guess there's not a half point go.
Is there a co?
Well, I'm seeing if there's a potential for a half point co because these are co-threats.
Oh, okay.
I'd love to get this Dame. Maybe a goose happens. Aw. Maybe you get another point. Maybe if you scare them, you get another point.
Okay. I wonder how much I lost this game by.
11.
11. Okay.
Yeah.
Sizable.
No, it's not. No, it's not. 11 is super close. Remember, you lost 6 points in 5 moves.
I know, but so many of my games are between 0.5 and 8.
Right. So all you have to do is play a little bit better in game.
Yeah, play better end game.
Just don't rush the in game. You know what to do if you just take your time. It's when you get caught up in the flow. Yeah, just got to be a bit greedier. Between right here and the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so you lost like 6 points in 12 moves. Basically, you lose a point every move.
Oh, wonderful.
Probably not exactly that, but the concept is there. Okay. Through which have we not reviewed? Chilling it?
Review started.
Okay. Are you playing 2-star points? I thought you were playing star and 3-4 or 3-4, 3-4.
Sometimes, sometimes not. Let's see. I think this was a one handicap game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But be consistent.
I know. Well. Okay. I'll try to be consistent. I'll try to remember one Komoku.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to play 2-star, you can, but like, be consistent. Pick the same thing every time, because that way you can learn it. If you're changing your opening every single game, then you're gonna always be learning stuff like Joseki's and stuff.
At least I'm consistent with black. In
In
fact,
that was a very nice exchange.
Insung has been commenting on it recently, like, "Oh yeah, this is what you do," But he hasn't criticized me for doing it. He likes the fact I'm playing.
Yeah, because it's why you'll have a down level opening sometimes. Okay. I think I would go here.
Okay. I have such a hard time understanding when to play it that way. And I also have a hard time understanding how to respond when someone plays it that way against me. Because when somebody plays that move, I really don't want to play R17.
Why?
And because I figure they're playing it because they know that it's better for them, for me to do that and for them to extend to L17. So I very often play M17 in response.
Okay, so what do we want to do from here? Like, what do we want from this? Do you remember what you were working on? Or what you're supposed to start working on?
I don't know.
Attacking.
Attack. Well, there's nothing to attack yet.
Uh-huh. But you do have to play defense. So why is this one good? Why are we not playing that one?
Well, that one, I'm just going to get kicked and have to stand up.
So, you get a base.
Yes. An overconcentrated base.
A base is a base. But why do we want to do this one first then?
Well, first of all, I didn't.
But you know it's a Joseki of the past.
I do.
So why is it Joseki?
Okay, but why do... Well, I don't know why it's Joseki. And I don't know why people choose it now. As opposed to the newer way.
Second line is in-game, right?
Well, that is true. But I know that the newer approach by contacting, that people do that because it's Sente, whereas if you play there, that's not really Sente. Black can choose to do something other than R17, right?
Yeah. But like 99% of amateurs are doing it because it's the AI move and the pros do it. That's all. That's the only reason. Literally, this cannot be any worse unless you're a pro. This cannot be any worse unless you're a pro. Because pros played it for decades. Pros would not play something that was like -5 points. AI or no AI, they would not do it.
No, it's not. It's not -5 points.
Yeah,
There's no
so
doubt
it's like
about
less
that.
than a point.
It was good. It was good for a couple thousand years.
Yeah, exactly. So the question is, we are playing our offense bases. We're working on attacking, but we have to make a base first.
Right.
If I go here, second line is in game, but it is really
You
good.
get a base.
It is really good for stealing bases.
Right. Okay. So you're gonna get a base if you play Q18. If you play Q18, you're either going to get to steal the other guy's base, or if they play R17, so you don't steal their base, well, then you get your own base, and it's a better base
Exactly.
than if you had played there first and gotten kicked.
Exactly.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So, and yes, and so you're looking for a base. Now, the thing is, if you play, go back a couple, okay, there. If you play Q1, and your opponent plays.
You said Q1. I was like, what?
It's got a 1 on it, so it's Q1. If you play Q18 and your opponent plays M17, you're still going to get your base because you're going to play R17.
Yep.
So you get a base no matter what.
Yep.
So then it doesn't really matter how your opponent chooses to respond to your Q18.
Exactly.
Because you're just going to take the other base.
Yeah, and now you understand how this move works.
Right. And so, should I mean, I never play it anymore. So, aside from an AYD game, where I wouldn't play it, I should not necessarily be afraid to play Q18.
So, I wanted to catch you up to that principle before I started talking about why. So I need you to understand the Joseki, and then we could talk about why we choose this one. So on this particular board, your opponent's going to be able to do that, right? And then they get the ladder. But you can get a ladder breaker.
Right.
And remember this stone? So you have a very easy evasion spot over here. And remember, we're trying to set up attacks. So if we're trying to set up attacks, we want extensions. Well, we've gotten a great extension, and then we can even get potentially another extension right here. What have we done? We've set up a position to attack something with. So if I play it this way, maybe this is too complex, I don't know. But if I play it this way, I'm either going to get a very nice position on their side of the board, or I'm going to get my extensions on the left side for Incente. Because of the ladder breaker. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully I didn't throw too much at you. But either way, now you understand how this works.
Sense. It does make sense right now. Probably an hour from now, it won't make sense anymore.
Honestly, I don't really care if you can do it. I just want you expanding beyond just I'm playing this Joseki because this is Joseki I play every time. I just want you thinking about it more. So this one, everyone just defaults to this because it's the AI move, but no one really thinks about why. Like, why does black not cut right here? Q18 is Sente at single digit Q.
Well, if black plays there, white is certainly going to answer.
Right. And then I go here.
Okay, and then I suppose white would play R16 and get a ladder.
Okay. Let's extend once so it's not a Panuki. And they're going to ladder. That ladder does work for them. Okay. So that means if I go right here, really? Neither one? Oh my gosh, that's so stupid. Okay. Let's say I go right here and then right here. Is that worth it?
You mean, is it worth it for black?
Right. It was black's choice.
Well, black is living very small in the corner, and white has thickness on the outside. So I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's better for white, and that's why I don't play it.
Right.
That's why I don't do it.
Right.
But how many single digit queues even know this move exists? How many have checked it? Right?
I don't know.
Yeah, you need to. But that's why I think just understand your choices more. You're playing a cuttable shape without knowing why it's not okay. What about this? What if I just cut you?
R16.
Okay. What is the best? Connect? Probably just connect.
Now, does white have to continue here?
That's a very good question. Does white have to continue here? It's a life and death problem.
Right.
It's a good thing we do these on a regular basis, because now we can answer this question.
Yeah. Well, if white tanukis, black isn't going to play S17, but black could play S16 to perhaps destroy an eye.
Yeah, but why is S17 bad?
Well, because it's going to get captured, isn't it?
Did you read it?
Okay, let me see, black.
It's a 3-move sequence.
Oh, no, it's not. Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, black can play S17.
Mm-hmm. This is why we drill the DDK problems.
So then white has to play, and they can play S16.
They can play here. They can play
Yeah.
here. They can play here. But they have to
Right.
respond. Okay?
Right.
So, black's not dead. Right?
The single stone is not dead until white.
I meant like a group. I'm not talking about the stone exactly. I'm talking about like the whole position. Black doesn't have a dead group.
Well, I wouldn't worry about black because black's out in the open.
Exactly. So why do people not cut?
I don't know. You tell me.
If I wanted influence, I could get it in Sente.
Okay.
I still don't care about that stone, by the way. Like, I still don't fix it, right?
Right.
This Joseki is so much more complicated than this one. But everyone's like, I want to do the AI Joseki. So you should ask him, like, what is your response if I do like a double Hane? What is your response if I do an Atari and then cut? What is your response if I sack the stone? And this is really good, by the way, because if you have the ladder, they do this automatically without even thinking. And if you do have the ladder, then they have to net, right? And then
they squeeze, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So this is not that bad at all. So you can actually play this way if you have the ladder, and they probably don't know what to do. I don't think they're going to know about the squeeze. Not at this level. They're going to fall apart. They're going to do something weird like this and then get cut. That's what they're going to do.
Right.
So if you have the ladder, now you know, hey, there's a chance move here. Maybe this is possible because I have the ladder. Usually you don't, but it's nice to know that it exists. It's really good to go through your Josekis and instead of playing them by default, really ask, why does the cutting point not work? Right? So now we get choices. So what do you think would be better to set up a position that you can attack with?
Oh, blocked at block at D3 because then that makes the bottom really big, and then black can come in to the bottom. And well, now that move still leaves invasion points at L.
But we want them to invade.
Well, I know that. So I was just checking to see that it actually does create a situation where
I want to
will
jump,
invade.
right? But I need a base. So I have to make a base. But that's over concentrated. Right.
Right.
And then I could go here because 3 can jump 4, but we're wanting to fight here. We want to set up a position to attack,
Right.
not
So go up
set up.
higher.
Yeah, so we go 4th line to attack.
Right.
We
And then
develop here.
the most likely invasion point is L3.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Trying to predict what they're going to do is really hard, though. So you just like I have a plan. I have a position that I'm comfortable with. That no matter what you play, I'm going to attack something. That's kind of the idea, because there's about probably a dozen invasions in there.
And you can see that up to the last 2 moves, it did go that way. The last 2 moves were yours.
Do you want influence in Gote?
Probably not. So I should have Tanuki'd right then and
You
played
can just go here
J4.
if you want to play
exactly.
what we're talking about. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You could also do this, which I think does our very basic idea better, because now we don't have a cutting point when we attack the invasion.
Right.
Right. Now, obviously, this is not going to be the AI best Joseki sequence, but it does what we want it to do, which is attack something. So now we're playing the game that we want to play. We are making the decision of what type of game we're playing instead of just copying AI. Oh, that is so good for you. Do you know how powerful this tiger's mouth is on the bottom?
Yes, I know.
Oh.
And when that was played, I thought to myself, oh, this is like the old-fashioned Joseki that we're not supposed to play anymore because
then why did you play this one?
Because, well, first of all, I knew that this was good, but I guess I decided to make territory with it.
You don't need you don't need a base anymore because you're super solid. So build it up.
Right.
And this is a little bit awkward to build, so you have to play as something that's a little slow, but now you can jump up freely.
Right.
Also, if your opponent comes in and you get the jumps, ta-da, because you have forced your opponent to make that bad exchange, because they played an AI Joseki without knowing why, and you got to punish them for it.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're setting yourself up for positions where you're going to have the advantage over and over and over. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're playing here. This is a big move. If we were going to set up another attack and we had to play on the left, where do you think?
We were going to play on the left. C14?
Possible. I'm thinking something along this, because we're trying to attack the center.
Building. Yeah.
Now, I would love to do this first, but unfortunately, it is Gote, because black's alive. So, can't do that, unfortunately, so we just gotta have an open skirt and fight. I would love to not have an open skirt, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Another option, what about here? It's not a good move, but, like, do you know, like, why is it not a good move?
No, I don't know why.
Let's just do it then, right? Let's learn. It's checking our center. We're trying to do it in Sente, which is amazing. If our opponent does this, usually the response to a Hane is a Hane.
Right.
When it's an open position like this, just Hane. Hey, look at that. Oh, wait, that's the kick, and then we just pushed into the diagonal. That's not good. Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, now we understand. What about here?
I guess that's okay.
Yeah. For our purposes, it's actually not that bad. It does what we want it to do, and we're quite strong. The problem is it's too expensive. And we can play the extension without giving all the cash. Okay? But these are all these ideas that we can try now that we've opened ourselves up to not only playing the AI stuff. And this is okay. I understand the concern about the base. So bases are acceptable, right? Do you know this Joseki, though?
Ben worked with me on it for a while, and I did study it a bit. I didn't quite I have not mastered it yet,
Okay.
and I'm a little wary to play it.
It's not one of the
Uh,
basics, so you have to know, and if you don't know, then just stick to the basic stuff.
Yeah, I have not. Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
absorbed it.
Technically though, this is a sacrifice Joseki. So it's here, 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 here. Oh, is it Diohane? I forget. Da 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 da. 3 to 3 doesn't really matter. Da 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 da. Get the influence, which is exactly what we want.
Okay,
But
that's a lot.
yeah,
That's a lot
it's
for
a
everyone.
difficult Joseki, right? But yeah, this is why we have tools in our toolbox, and then we pick the one that builds the game that we want, which is to attack something. Okay, you're blocking your base. It's okay. That is Sente, so it's okay. Let's fix it. Let's fix it this way. That way,
Yeah.
if black gets S2, then we have a better endgame.
Right.
Cut. No, maybe. Yeah. Cut's okay. I'm worried about your shape, but it looks like if black goes here, you can just fix, and you're fine. Yep, no reason not to cut then. Right? Because we're trying to attack something. Boom. Don't worry about the points. Let's attack something. There's a cutting point. Booyah! Exactly what we want. Okay, and so here you're looking at your opponent's stuff, which this is a way to deal with your opponent's stuff, but what if you could attack something on your way in there? What about push and then clamp? Now we're breaking in while using the weaknesses. Because we're thinking attack, 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 attack. Okay, very good. Basic variation, very good. But it's here.
Oh, okay.
Remember, the you peep, sideways jump.
Okay.
You may also be able to just connect here now, since black has already
Right.
forced it.
Yeah, I guess I was worried about a peep at N11, and I was
Well, you still got a
figuring
peep
if I
here.
got yeah, but if I got peeped there, I was still on my way out. But if I had a stone at O12 and I got peeped, I wasn't really still on my way out.
It's less about not being on your way out, and more about your eye shape is much worse.
Okay.
So because it's worse, it's heavier. Why not fix?
Because I didn't see myself having a lot of eye potential.
No, but you're trying to
there.
destroy the points. You're not trying to make eyes.
Yeah, but if I get capped and contained,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have eye potential down there, where are those eyes coming from?
These two stones.
Okay.
That's why I took the liberty instead of connecting.
Okay.
But okay, it's not a huge deal. Ooh, ladder, 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 ladder! Yay! Good basics.
Oh yeah, I was so proud of that I saw that ladder, and he felt bad he didn't.
Gotta get more
We
on
actually
some, more
talked
Mega
about it.
Dragon. Okay, and now cut, and this ladder works for you, I think. Dot 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 dot. Oh no, it doesn't work. No, how unfortunate. Okay, threaten to do it, and then build. That's unfortunate. No, of course, Nobi. This is connected.
Yes.
This has a cutting point.
Right. That's better. That's better.
I don't know what you're doing.
Protecting the cutting point for one thing.
Well,
I thought.
your own move did that.
Oh, well, yeah, I know, but and also, I guess ensuring myself the second eye that I don't have, and besides,
Oh,
I don't
you're
even have
fine. You
one.
don't need to worry about a
I don't-
second eye. You
I
have
don't
3
even have-
escape routes.
I know that, but I don't even have one eye because black can play P.
You have half an eye.
Well, yeah, it's half an eye, but once black plays P12, it's not even half
Okay.
an eye.
How can we set up an attack from here? Let's say we want to defend ourselves. Let's defend ourselves in a way that also can set up an attack. So what that means is set up an area of control that we can attack with.
Hmm. I don't know what to attack.
Well, you can't attack anything right now. You're trying to set up a framework to attack something in the future.
Oh. Well, I guess I need to add to the 2 white stones at B15 to build up a Moyo on the left that black could come into.
And what about this?
Okay.
Do you know this net? This is one of the nets in the 3/3 Josekis.
Oh, that's pretty darn cool.
Yeah, it's one of the nets in the basic 3/3 Joseki.
Hmm.
Do you remember if I move the stone right here?
I do know that.
That's the net.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Just gonna get infinite white stones. Da, da, net. Atari there. Squeeze to Suji. The exact same thing.
That's pretty neat.
Okay. Another option you can consider that I was thinking was here. It threatens to control this area, which also means I'm supporting my weak group. Okay. You don't have to do that. You still have this move.
That is true.
So the question is, do I care if Black Hane, double Hane's right there? Not yet. This is looking really nice. So yeah, not yet. Too soon. There's nothing to build on the top, so we shouldn't be trying to play on the top. Protect base is okay. This is not going to set up an attack, though. So we're kind of wasting moves right now. How do we set up an attack? Probably there's not an attack to set up anymore, is there? Because the last space is too small. Okay, in game. Boom. Let's start making like cash. Boom, boom, boom. Let's cash out. Cash out.
Let's see if I get to endgame first.
You could have cut right there.
Yeah, I guess.
You're trying to attack, but
I'm not trying to attack.
What
I'm
are you
making territory.
How does this make territory? If you're making territory, it's got to be here.
Well, yeah, that has to be played too. Yes, you're right. Probably before, but yeah, that's got to be played. There we go.
This is such an odd variation.
That's when I realized I had an open skirt.
Yeah. This is good. Cut your opponent. Yep. Fix. Yep. What? Why are we forcing that? Okay. And in game.
It'll come.
Yeah, it's okay. I think Dad's about to come home with milk sooner than the in game's gonna get here.
There we go. Now we're at the end game. Whoops.
Oops.
Well, yeah, where's the rest of the end game? Oh, S18.
Well, let's check if the cutting point works.
That's okay.
It's one of our basic cutting points that we need to know. Also, if you can fix, try to fix with something like that. That way you fix 2 cutting points.
True.
End game. End game. There we go. But Black got to it first. Or
right.
you started it first, but then you stopped.
I know.
This would be interesting. Probably unnecessarily fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looks unnecessary. Ooh. I smell Haji. Yeah, there's lots of Haji in here. There's all kinds of stuff in here. Aw. Go here. It's me.
Mm-hmm.
Good. 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 Almost. We got another one here.
That first.
And this one first. As well.
Right.
Yeah, that one doesn't threaten anything, any follow-up that's worth it. Mm-hmm. This one's Gote, though. Aw, that should have been yours. That one is also Gote right now.
Yep.
Oh, this one first then. Okay. Is that the last move?
I think it might be.
Yeah, I think you're right. And that's a good starting dummy because it fixes something. Okay, so you didn't lose 6 points in the last 10 moves this time, but I think you lost maybe 3, is my guess.
Okay. And I think, what did I win this by? 3.5? Or did I?
Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah, if you can do this consistently, like 11, 3, 8, 18, 16, even 20, 10, 24, 10, just in-game alone saves those and turns them into wins.
Yeah.
But
Oh, now the good news is that it looks as if I'm going to hold on to my 7Q promotion in Benkyo League for another month. So that's good.
Review started.
Yeah, cool. I want to get you to 5Q. That's the next 7Q to 5Q is the barrier that you're currently facing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you 2-starred again. So I'm having fun figuring out how often you change your opening. Ooh, interesting. You did ignore a base though. Okay, it's not impossible. Base, 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 base. Very good. Yep, yep. I'm kind of interested in doing this. This is like really good to beat up Q players with. They can't do much, they just get a bunch of weak grips. But I don't like how you ignored this stone because this can get double attacked potentially.
Yeah, this guy I believe is stronger than I am. I think we ended up rating him 6Q.
He didn't play the AI move. Oh no.
I know he didn't. And see what I did?
Yep. Oh no. What is happening now? If you do that, Black's gonna connect. Boop.
Okay. All right.
And you have A and you have B. Oh, sorry. Sorry, B.
Okay.
Remember, cut. Cut, 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 cut. This is still cutting, though. What? Why here? I would never...
Because I'm building a nice wall.
No.
You don't like my wall?
I like this wall better if I was going to make a wall. This is not a good move. This is bumping your own head.
Okay.
So there is a cut right here.
That's nice. And
your opponent does that, and it's a ko.
oh, that's no good.
Yeah, it's annoying. That's why we're not supposed to do that. If you're going to play here, though.
Okay.
There's no reason to have 2 liberties. But I think that's... Your opponent's come up with their own trick move, Joseki. That's interesting. I wonder if this is something they do often.
I don't know.
Yeah, you still follow... You want a Tanuki now. You still need a base.
Mm-hmm.
So Black both of the things. So you have successfully gotten tricked. Especially if you don't get your extension. Uh-oh. If black goes right here, this wall has done nothing in this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this game did not turn out so hot.
Oh, why are you not playing defense? I'm confused. Why are you not defending this stone?
I don't know.
Push. Descend.
Okay.
More J group life and death. Oops. Remember the connection to Suji?
Okay. Yeah.
And that's how you surround without letting them connect. You might be more familiar with it looking... Have you seen this before?
Yeah.
Where white plays right here.
Okay.
Same principle. You keep getting tricked because your opponent is putting you into situations that are not textbook, and so you keep falling for all the traps. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Very good. Take the base. Now surround. You went and made points. I want to surround this way. I want to push it into the wall. That's what I want to do. Push it into the wall. Now just jump. I don't want to be here. I don't want to spend moves here. I want to surround this group, or maybe get on top. I don't know. Yeah, that's very ugly shape. That's good. So it's a nice response instead of another Nobi. Okay, so that area's getting big. And that is because you've let black play so many moves in a row to build it. If you just, go right here? And then black goes right here? This is a lot easier to get into.
That's deep.
Oh, okay. Right here. I mean, it's possible because you can force this down, but it's okay. Here?
There, yes, That's within my comfort zone. Even that was a little past the door line.
Okay.
And that is past the door line.
It's fine.
So that's probably
okay.
bad.
As long as bad is relative. If you can get out with it, it's not bad.
I'm not sure I can get out with it.
Well, you played it, so farther. In the game you were confident.
No, I wasn't confident. I was desperate.
That's good decisions do not come from desperations. Like, that's not a good way to play. Why are you blocking? You just said black's is bigger.
That is true. I probably should have ignored it and gone in farther.
Yeah. You're following your opponent. Yeah, I think you're really getting into this passive following the opponent play because you're not really thinking about what you want. You're just like shape. You're not thinking about what you want to do. Yeah, that's because you ignored your weak group and got surrounded, and then instead of running to your friends, you're running to black. You got to run left somehow. I think the only way to do it is at the Bahane. This is very difficult. Yeah, just don't follow your opponent. Do what you want to do. Okay, interesting ideas. Living through the cutting points. I like it. What? That's something, I guess. Okay. Almost alive. And alive. Boom. Nice.
Actually, I'm impressed.
You're impressed with yourself.
Yeah.
This is a chicken move. You're already alive.
I mean, that's true. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Chicken
this.
move.
I think this one you are scared. You're not actually reading it. Okay, end game. All right. You can cut, right?
Uh, can I?
1, 2, 3 to 1, 2.
Okay, fine. I guess I can. Couldn't read that.
So this is technically what keeps like 3Q, 2Q, and 1Q. It's stuff like this. They just play it without reading it. Play it without reading it. This is the difference between like 3Q and 1 done. That doesn't threaten black. You gotta threaten black. This one's Sente. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem here is black's fix threatens you. That is not Sente yet? Or is it? It might be. Well, we definitely want this first. Like, before anything else, we want this. No, you're not an Atari. Oh, wait, are you? Hold on. Dot, 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 dot. Oh, that sucks. Okay, jump.
Yep.
Because it also fixes this one.
Okay.
You're fixing 2 at the same time. No, you've got to do this if you can. Dot, dot,
Okay.
dot, 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 dot. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is so painful.
I guess I can't.
Yeah, that is so painful. Oh my gosh. You gave black such a perfect move.
I don't recall reading it out entirely, but I do recall being very afraid of it.
Yeah, it's a really annoying shape. This is, oh, in case you remember, this is why that Nobi is bad. Hane Nobi leads to all of these Ataris.
Oh, okay.
Yep, very good, very good. Oh, nice. Wait, no, not nice. Hold on. There. That's a double Atari.
And by the way, I think I noticed it in time to fix it.
Wait, well, the problem is you Tanuki first. You're supposed to be the one who knows the answer.
I realized that. I thought it was okay. I read it and I thought it was okay.
Okay.
But then later on, I read it again and I realized it wasn't. And I think you're going to see me fix it.
Gotcha. Okay. Your opponent also isn't reading it, though. It's very interesting. Just read stuff. Don't assume.
There, say.
Okay, that's fine. You realized.
Came back and fixed. I think what happened is when I Tanuki'd and he knew, he figured I wasn't going to reevaluate and he was just waiting to do it later.
I get. He probably just didn't see it. I think he just didn't see it.
He told me at the end of the game that he had been planning to play that and that I fixed it. So he was waiting.
Why wait? Just win the game. Just destroy the thing.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if anything else he was playing was bigger. I guess not.
Yeah, okay. Just play the basics and you win. Yeah, I think this is okay now. No. Take this first.
Okay.
Black's just losing co-threats. That is Sentai. Oh! Oops. Oops. Play too fast. Alright, what's the least amount of co-threats? Here, I think. I want to say this is the least amount of co-threats.
Okay.
Oh, dear. You're almost dead. You're not quite dead, but you're almost dead.
I know.
Oh, that was a blunder. Okay, what was the score difference? 22. So
yeah.
that was 2, 4, 6, 7 points. Plus it costs you the co, so let's say 7.5.
Hmm.
Yeah, 22 points is not that much. It's not that much at all. One mistake, one double Atari is half of that. So you gotta be more okay with these close games and just play good endgame.
Right.
We are over time. So do you have any
Yes, we are.
questions?
No questions. Thank you very
Okay.
much for the
So
lesson. Very nice.
homework will be play games with the idea of making a framework and attack with it. And then Go problems to help this. We're going to say cut. We'll say 50 cut, 50 squeeze, and then we'll say 25 net, 25 ladder. And that should help support that concept that you're working on.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you when I see you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
And updated. All right, and hello everyone. So we did get advertisement crap. Thank you for reminding me because I forgot. I do really need to do this. So first off, if you would like to watch that lesson and others, you can watch them on the video page if you are a member, which I believe is $3, $2 a month. I think it's $2 a month, as well as the NAOL reviews, which are free. And then whenever I make Go videos, which I have not been because I've been coding. I have not been making videos. But I do teach the NAOL when that is on, and that is on for 5 weeks, 7 times of the year? I don't know. Regardless, when I do those, these are also uploaded and they are free. With that, I also want to shout out the AGA, who is a sponsor of this stream. Use code Clossius and get 50% off your first year. And that will give you access to the City League, the PandaNet City Leagues, the online league, the NAOL, that I am also one of the teachers of, and you can join that for free. And then you can also join in-person tournaments and have your rating tracked. With the Clossius code, it is $15 for your first year. So I think it's a pretty good deal for the NAOL, at least. And then this is for the United States, though. Unfortunately, I don't have a code for the EGF. I would give you guys the code for the EGF if I had it. And then I have my handy dandy Go problem app, Sumego Dragon, that I spend about 50, 60 hours a week coding on, and it makes me want to cry in the corner. I have not played in them, and I do not keep up with them. If I was doing more news-related stuff, I would, but all of my attention has been to Code Sumego Dragon. So I have not been keeping up with them. It would make some good content, though. Keeping up with the City League would be really good content. Fats is a big fan of content. I am no longer on the Bad News project, so it is a bit on hold right now. I need a phone charger. 1 second. Come on, phone. Go up, 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 up. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I am no longer working on Bad News. I think it's turning out really well though. I've seen a lot of people write articles on it. So I am very happy with how it got to, but I'm not sure when it'll get worked on next. So we'll see where the next iteration goes. I'm not sure exactly where Devin's putting his efforts right now. Could be Better Club, could be the tournament, or it could be Better News. But he's gonna do something. And if you are concerned about any, like, I guess, negativity, there isn't any. So I'm no longer on the project, but it was all good, all amicable. No negativity. I need to check this. Okay, and this is in 20 minutes I have a lesson. Okay. So we have 20 minutes for Q&As. And to chit chat. How many of you have seen the visual updates on Smego Dragon? Oh my gosh, Smego Dragon is giving me a nightmare this week. The amount of bugs that came out this week. Oh my gosh. It's like every single day I'm like, what is wrong today? I get a new message every morning. I'm looking and someone's like, hey, I can't use the site because of this. And I want to go back to sleep and cry. So I spend the next like 5-6 hours fixing stuff. But yeah, we had a visual update. I'm not very artistic, so I don't really have a super good one, but I like space. Yeah, you can decorate the whole Go board page. I haven't come up with a good idea yet, though. That's my issue. I don't know, maybe just the solid color is fine. Maybe do that. Just wood texture. It's a light blue. Do 50. That's okay, I guess. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I actually got inspired. I was on chess.com looking. I do a lot of chess.com stuff to study or whatever, just to get some ideas. And I was like, oh, they have styles. So I looked at it and they had the whole freaking background. I was like, oh, I want a background. So I made a background. Perks of being the developer of the site, you get to put what you want on it. Da da da. Do 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 do. But if you do that and then I do that, that's not right. But if I go here, so I have to go here and it's co. It's the only thing left. What? I go here. You go there. I go there. Oh. I go here, you go there. If I go here, you go there. So I have to go here, you go there. And I go here, you go there. But if I go here, you go there. There's too many vital points. Oh, you're a little trickster. You're a little trickster. Look at that little A1 right there. Because now when black plays right here, it's a self-Atari for white. What a little trickster. Corner stuff, yada yada da. Did I do that wrong? Oh, was it here first? My bad. My bad. My bad. I know that one. I rushed it. I rushed it. Let's see. Ah, yeah. It's here. That's a trek pattern. That pattern is a trap. This is actually a Joseki pattern. Oh, dang it. That's a 9x9. So, boom, boom. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Boom, 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 boom. And then boom, 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 bop, bop, clamp. And then if black connects, you connect, right? But if I go here and you block, now I have this nasty little move, which is a double Atari. And if you connect, I cut you. So the only response for white is to go here. And then black plays, white connects now, fixes the cutting point, and black gets the influence. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, you die. That's if you can get this whole variation, though. Okay. Here, connect, Atari, take, there, take. Here, connect, there, there. If I take, yeah, I think the answer is take and then kill. Yeah! Seki! This one is in-game. Yeah, you don't have to fix the cutting point. Okay, so this is capture race. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I go here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So right now it's 4-3. So I can throw in. Actually, no, I go here first. If I go here first, you go there. I go there. Take. Go here. And then you go here, and I throw in you there. Then it's 2 with an approach move. So it's I versus no I. So if it's I versus no I, how do I do this? Do I go here and then just go for a ko? Maybe it's a ko. Here, 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 here. Here. Oh no, it's just no, it's I misread it. I didn't visualize it proper. Right. Because if I go here and white takes and I go here and white takes the liberty, then I just do that and it's a snapback. Okay, this one looks potentially simple enough. I go here, you make the I descend up, you block, and then I go under, you block, and I take the I. Is there any counter to that? Did not consider it. Did not consider it. I go here, you go there, I go here, you go there. I go here, you go there. That is not a Seki. You are not a Seki. Oh, fudge. I did that wrong. There we go. It is, in fact, not a Seki. Yeah, speaking of this site, fun fact. I'm going to have to slow down on the features. I've got to get myself to stop adding stuff to the site. I really got to optimize the site because I am losing lots and lots of money. the profit margin is ridiculous. It's ridiculously low. And I have got to reduce the stuff that is costing me money and like whatnot. Because the website is costing me like $330 right now, and it should not. This is not. I do not have enough users to justify that expense. I've got to reduce that cost. There's nothing personal on here, right? I don't have anything on here that you guys can't see, right? Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you can even see this. Yeah, you can. So this is all these blue bars I pay for, right? And so the more activity there is, the more it costs. So you can see I've been improving the optimization. Also, there was a lot of bugs this week, so people couldn't use the app. But right now, it's using 1.9 million workload units. And I need to get that down to 750,000, or at least under 1 million. And right here, I can see like most of it, like 863,000 is fetching data. And then 827,000 is running workflows. So I want to take away almost all of that if I can, or at least half of this big blue, and run it locally in JavaScript instead of using shortcuts and bubble stuff. So that way it'll be a lot less workload units. This one I need to optimize on how efficiently I capture the data or how efficiently I search for the data. So I got to make my calls get the information I need with less calls. Got to make less phone calls to order the pizzas. Because right now I think I'm making a phone call for every single pizza I want to order instead of optimizing my order so that way I can get them all in one phone call. I think that's a good equivalent of what's happening. I will say a lot of this I did improve over the last week though. Like this search thing, I've already worked on that quite a bit. Yeah, the deleted search, the biggest one in there, is no longer there because I've deleted it and got something better. Search for Sumego is 72,000, but you can't really get rid of that one, right? You kind of have to search for them. You can join the AGA if you're not in the US. I just saw that comment. I didn't realize. That's cool. Yeah, search for Sumego. Oh, this one was a big one. The leaderboard. Fun fact, on the leaderboard, I was doing a very, very expensive call and did not know it. So up here, it showed the total users on the site. That was very expensive, apparently, because when I was calling all of the users, I was getting all of the data on every single user. That is not the way to do it. That is not the way to do it at all. So I just deleted it. It's not worth knowing how many users are on the site if it's causing so many things to go through the database. So I went ahead and got rid of it. Instead, I can just do what I should do instead is just like check it like once a week or something. And that way it's not done literally every single time someone loads a page. That was a little bit stupid. So instead of calling every single user on the website maybe once a day or once a week, I called every single user every single time someone opens this page. So all 900 people every time they open the leaderboard. It would call all of that. What are my analytics? I know the analytics are going to look like crap this week. Yeah, 846. That was in the 900s last week. Okay, not as bad as I thought, actually. It definitely went down. I was expecting this to be much worse, though. $706 new users. I gotta figure out a way to retain people, but that means I've retained over 100 people from last month, so that's good. So you guys probably don't know this, but last week, I believe, I got a lot of people from Russia. And this is because I made a deal with Alexander Dinnerstein, the pro, for putting his How to Play Go article on the rules page. He advertised me in Russia. And so I got another 100 people from Russia to check out the app. And you can probably think that every single person that stayed is probably going to tell at least a few others. And that means 100 people now know it exists. So if it comes up again in the future, usually it takes about 3 or 4 times of hearing about something before you check it out. So imagine how many people have heard of it. If 100 checked out the app, there's got to be way more than that that's heard about it now. Germany's still doing decent. I don't know what is happening in Germany, but Germany's like all over my stats. My YouTube, my Twitch, my Samego Dragon. Lots of people in Germany watch my stuff, and it's very interesting. But it's cool. I ain't complaining. That's funny. My own stuff is almost 1,000 something views. Okay, well that's loading. That's being annoying. 18 minutes average engagement time. It's like not the most important number on the site, but I really like it. It means people are actually getting use out of the app. So it's like, hey, I'm not going to open it and be like, okay, that's cool, and close it. It means I'm actually doing something on it. Like, people are actually doing stuff on it. Likely solving Go problems, right? Which means I am giving enough value to be worth 18 minutes of their life. So I really like that number. Where's the page views? I want to see the views. There we go. 6,000 page views. 17,000 total views. So it was, this is what, the last 28 days. Yeah, last month it was at 22,000, so this has definitely gone down. But I've also not been streaming. But I'm pretty happy with this. 17,000 page views. Views per user, 21. I really like looking at these and just seeing that I'm actually making something worth people's time. So it makes me very happy to like look at my analytics and see, hey, people are actually getting value out of this thing. How'd you guys feel about the Pac-Man Othello set this week? Did you enjoy the Pac-Man Othello set? I was actually playing with the green background, and I had like 3 ideas, and I was showing Kara. I was like, all right, which one do you like? And she said, oh, the green one, because it's Othello. And I was like, oh, I wasn't thinking about Othello, but yeah, now that you mention it, now that you mention it, it does look like Othello. And then we needed a special item, so I picked, I was going through, and I was like, Pac-Man, haven't done that yet. So yeah, Pac-Man and the Othello goat board. There's a few people on here that have like really good looking go boards. Like that one looks really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I think this one looks really good. A lot of people liked the gold dragons. Oh, that's neat. They made a nice little wooden set right here. Yeah, so one thing I actually added that I'm pretty happy about is the image transparency. Because one thing that I noticed was I was always going through here about the gold, like the gold images and the wood images, and I was trying to figure out how to get the transparency just right so it looked at least decent or passable. Because depending on the color, it might look good or not look good. And then by adding the transparency, people can set it to whatever color that they have. So that way you can actually make it brighter on certain boards and less bright on the other board. So it's a lot more universal. Oh, that's great. That is fantastic. Look at the Pac-Man on this red, white, and blue one. This one's cute, but I could never look at something this bright. That just burns my eyes. But it's cute. It's cute. That would burn my eyes, though, trying to solve, like, a dawn level problem on there. All right. It's time for the next lesson. Let's put that over there. Close that. Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Okay, let me send you the video link. Discord likes to go blurry in the middle of the call, so I'm using a video. Just click that link and then click the play
okay.
button, and you should be able to see my screen.
Cool. It is coming into focus.
Okay. All right. Is this the account you use?
Yes.
Okay. Have you not played any games?
Not on OGS, no. All of my games have been in person.
Oh, okay. Do you have any SGF
Yeah,
files?
just about to start playing OGS. I retired late last year, so I'm
Oh,
like
nice. Congrats.
recovering my life.
Congrats. Awesome.
Thank you.
Do you have any SGFs?
Yes.
Okay. Do you mind
have one.
uploading them to the your SGF library and giving me a link?
Yeah, where do I do that?
So on OGS, if you go up to Tools and click on your SGF library, there is an upload button. So you can make your own folders. You can just upload them, or you can put them in folders or whatever.
Under Tools, you said?
Mhm.
SGF library. All right. Upload. Yeah, I was playing in the South Central tournament last weekend.
I want to go to that, but it's so daggum far. It's like a
Where are you based? Where do you live?
Tennessee. It's a 12 or 13-hour drive.
Yes,
And
that is a bit of a hike.
I don't know. I go to the Ohio ones, and that's already like 6 or 7 hours. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to go to 12. That's literally double the double the distance, and then
That
6
is a
hours already
hell of a
difficult.
drive.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really
I'm
want to
hoping
go
to
though
make it
because
up
I'm in
for
the
the
Central.
Chicago one. Yeah, I'm really hoping to make it up for the Chicago one because I'm down
Oh, I'll
here
be
in
at
Austin.
Chicago. I plan to be at the Chicago Open or the Chicago
Yeah, I
Rapid,
think
whichever one it
this
was.
year I'm probably not going to make it, but hopefully next year.
Cool.
All right, I've uploaded one. Let me try uploading another one. This is one of the games I played during the tournament.
Okay.
Sadly, the one that I really needed to record, the one I lost, my tablet battery died, so I couldn't record
Oh
it.
no, that's
One where
unfortunate.
the guy I was playing a guy a couple stones stronger than me. I think he had lost a couple games, and I had a perfect record so far, so I was playing him pretty much even.
Nice.
And I had a better opening than he did, and then he invaded, and every single stone he invaded with lived. So
Oh
ended up
yeah, that would have been
resigning.
that would have been a really good one to review.
Yeah. Ironically, I was digging around through my book collection, and I opened up Attack and Defense, right,
Mhm.
with Davies and the Pro, and then I popped open. And I read through a little bit of that, and then I popped open ABCs of Attack and Defense by Redmond. And there in the first chapter is exactly the problem that I failed to do well.
That's funny.
I did the Iron Descent, the descent down underneath 4 stone
Okay.
down to the 3rd line. And he showed exactly why that fails. And then sure enough, the guy I was playing with also showed me how it failed. And it turns out the diagonal was the right move to make. So just since you and I have never chatted before, I think it's safe to say for me, probably 2 years ago, I was like 14Q, and I've gotten up to 13 and now 12 AGA.
Okay,
And
that's
I'm
pretty good.
desperately trying to get to SDK.
No worry,
If
we'll
I
get
can,
you there.
yeah. So
I will say the big
that's the point
thing
where I'm.
that gets people to slow down is the game count. So make sure that you're playing a good number of games.
That's exactly where I need to refocus. And I scheduled another one for next week just to make sure that I play some games on OGS
Awesome.
as well as at
Do
the
you
Austin
have
Go
the
Club
links
where
to
I
the
live.
games you have uploaded?
Let me see. Paste. Oh, this is in my private collection. I need to. Yeah, where can I get that link?
Yeah, it's the
Oh,
URL
here it
of
is.
the URL of the page.
Right. There it is. I guess I can drop that into Discord here. See if you can snag it. Because I think this will give you plenty for me to talk about. I don't know if you know Michael Bloom.
The name sounds
He's also
familiar,
one
but
of
I'm
your
also like,
students.
yeah, I was like, the name sounds familiar, but I'm also really bad with names because people have 3. Usually it's the real name, the Twitch name, and the OGS name, and I'm like trying to keep up with all of them.
Right. So yeah, I saw him at the tournament this last
Review
weekend, but I
started.
never played him. But in Houston, I did play him, and that game was pretty wild and wacky. So maybe next week and we can review that one.
Okay. Are you black in this one?
No, I am white.
Okay.
Or no, I am black. Yeah,
Okay,
I took 3 stones.
Okay.
Wait, let me try to find you again. There we go. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the classic move of I was playing the 11-year-old and his mom was recording the game, so I got her to send me the SGF.
My
when the
wife
game
has
was
to
over.
play them. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. She gets so upset at this little
Yeah.
8-year-old boy because he's so aggressive.
Yes. So I think this one's going to be good just for general commentary.
I
Like
would
that one
go.
right there.
I would go fourth
go-
line
Well,
because
because I played it on the third line, and then I'm like, that doesn't seem right.
because you
Thank
have
you for
support
letting
on
me
both
know.
sides. Well, what I care more about than the correct move is the why. If you don't understand the why, I don't want you playing like the strong stuff. So what's really important with my teaching style is we focus on the fundamentals that build up to the correct moves instead of focusing on just playing the correct moves. So a lot of the time, I'll actually recommend a lesser move than the best move simply because the follow-ups are a lot more fundamental and easier to understand. Just keep that in mind. A lot of times when someone will say that something's good and I'll say, no, don't do that, it's usually because that move is way too advanced, not because it's bad. So here,
That leads to complications.
right
Yes.
here, the big why is you have support on both sides of your stone, so you want to develop, which is fourth line.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I figured I could go fourth line since I already had a stone on the third line.
Right. Same principle. You can develop.
Maybe that's bad thinking. Okay.
No, because
Now-
you're developing the bottom and you need a base. Okay.
Right.
All right, so now you are playing over here. Let's think about this. What are you trying to do? What are the basics that you're following? Speaking of, have you read the Clossius approach? Do you know what that is, just in case?
I think I might have read it a while ago, but
Okay, let me link that again.
There's in order of things, right? Like
Right.
first, don't die. Remember that.
Yeah, very first lesson: don't die.
Don't die.
Like that's how I got my brother to one Dawn Fox. Is I just played him with 9 stones like 80 times in a row, and I said get to the end of the game without dying, and then he would die every single time, and I'm like stop dying. We played again, and he would die, and I'm like stop dying, and then we play again. I'm like stop dying. That's all you have to do is just live. Don't even worry about winning, just live. And he kept dying, but eventually he got it and was able to finally start winning. Okay, so
All right, so yeah, my brain was doing one of those things where it's like, I'm trying to stop his slide along the edge, and also begin to make probably what's too small of a moyo towards the upper side.
well, let's
I
narrow
think
it down to:
using
are you
my
playing
wall
defense, offense, or big move?
I think the move that I made was a really horrible attempt at both. It did
Right.
neither one.
So
very
a lot of the times players will try to do 2 of those concepts at once, but you really need to pick one and really make sure
Right.
that you're doing that one thing well. So
Right.
I would say
I
probably
think it's safe to say, in my games, it's safe to say that right around now is when I begin making moves that keep me at 12K. Is that safe to say?
probably. Usually it's the thing is we can study the opening so we can steal pro moves in the opening because coming up with this
Right.
bottom right Joseki on your own at 12Q is like impossible. But thanks to pros, we know
Yes.
to play it, so we can play pro level moves. But once the middle game starts, then it's very unique. Handicap is also always unique, so it's really good practice for attack and defense. So if you get the chance to play stronger players with handicap, it's really good practice because you're focusing on your fundamentals instead of your book knowledge. So here, I would say the first thing we need to realize is that your stick of stones right here do not have a base. And that's one thing that I want you to start really looking for is do groups have bases? So this stone does not have a base, but there's nothing near it, so it's fine. These stones do have a base, and these stones have a base. These stones also are looking at a base. These white stones have a base, and these white stones have a base. So a base is basically necessary when you're near the other color. Okay, so that means these black stones, I want to make a base. Okay, so what does a base look like? Base is usually 1 stone jumps 2. Well, this is more than 1 stone, so we don't want to jump 2. A wall, usually 3 or more, we want to jump like over 4 or over 5. In this case, we want to jump over 4 because over 5 would be touching. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 space jump. So this is helping us make a base with our wall, and it's also kind of pincering the white stones, right? So it's putting a little bit of pressure while also making a base. Now, I'm picking third line because I need to make sure that I have eyes, and it's really hard to develop here if my opponent can slide under and take my base. All right, so that's why I'm picking third line, to be a little bit safer. And let's imagine white jumps and I jump. Now you're looking at a very solid framework.
So my move is a little bit too wishy-washy. Yeah,
You're right. You want to make sure
'Cause it
that you
allows
do
to
something
slide.
and do it well. Another concept is, let's say we're aiming at that move, but we know the kick is Sente because we kick and then Nobi. So what if I kick and Nobi and then do it? Now it's even tighter on white. So a lot of the times we can play a Sente move and then do our basic move, and it's very nice. So that's some ideas that you'll think about a lot, is you need to know, here's the basic move, and then if you're looking at other games or books or whatever, and you're like, hey, there's a cutting point there, or hey, this doesn't have a base. What are they doing instead of making that base? Is it that they don't need a base, or is it that they're trying to make something for free first in order to make that base better? Right? A lot of the times that's what it'll be, is you're trying to get as much as you can to make that base as valuable as possible. Right? A lot of
So in
times
this case, the kick at 1 is a worthwhile trade.
right, because if you just make a base, then white might actually slide into the corner a little bit. It's not the end of the world. Like, it's not going to get you killed, but you can see that it's just a nice little exchange to have. So I really want you
Order of
focusing.
moves is key.
Right, exactly. I really want you focusing on bases, and then we want to look for timings to just get a little bit more. And that's what we're going to do, is be more about timing. But bases are the key. I also want to give another rule of thumb. Don't tanuki your walls. Make an extension. So there's a couple reasons for this. If you play a 5-space jump, or even a 4-space jump is fine. If you play a 5 or 4-space jump from the wall, not only is it helping the base, it's also developing your combination side very, very quickly. All right, so if you make this and you're the one with the corner, the left side is looking very nice for you.
So I should not have approached his corner first.
Well, here's the thing. The wall is strong enough that you can, but we don't know how to utilize it well enough yet. So I would say at this level, just make sure you get the extension first. It makes your game a lot easier to play. Because if you do this, even at Dawn level, as white, I try to get to this move as soon as I can. Because when you push me to the wall and try to attack me like normal, your wall's also getting attacked. So I really like doing that. And if you try to play here, you only get a 3-space extension instead of a 4.
Yes, that's the thing I was worried about. Yep. Okay.
So even at Dawn level, I like to play this because it really messes up people's plans. Okay.
Wait, that was mine. Like, no, it's not. Yeah.
Right. So I think if you have a wall, go ahead and get an extension. Just creates a safer, easier to play game. Okay. So playing a kick. All right. Why?
I thought it would help me secure territory on the upper side.
Okay.
I'm not sure that's the right move. Maybe a
So
pincer would have been better. But
Here's a couple ideas. First, do not default Josekis. I don't know if you're playing this because it's just one you play a lot or if you actually have a plan. But if it's one you're playing a lot and you're just doing it because of that reason, it's a bad reason. I would rather
I don't play it a lot.
Okay. I just want you to pick your Joseki because you have a plan or an idea in mind. Don't default Josekis. I would rather you not know Josekis than to default Josekis. Because then you're not thinking about the fundamentals, you're not making a plan, you're not really thinking about the board at all, you're just playing a variation. And that's very dangerous.
Well, after I kicked, I'm like, oh, he's just going to go up and then
Yep,
have
this is a forced
easier
exchange.
time on the side.
Right, this is a forced exchange, which is fine. Sometimes you want it. But you've also said another word that is very common that I'm trying to rid my students of, and that is territory. You do not want territory in Go. You want a positive exchange rate in Go. It is not the first one to get 100 points. It is, I need 1 point more than them. Okay? The reason this is important is because if you go around making points and points and points, and they go around making points and points and points, you're going to get nowhere. You're going to have an even game, and everyone's just going to have points, and it's going to be just canceled out, right? So you can think about, it doesn't matter how much money you make if you have that exact amount of debt. It doesn't matter if you make $5,000 a month if you have $5,000 a month in bills. There's no profit. So you want to maximize your profit. Well, how do we do that? Well, the most profitable thing you can do is attacking. Because when you force them to respond to your move, you get something, they get nothing. They have to play defense, which is usually 0 points or 1 to 2 points for the eyes. Meanwhile, you're surrounding them usually, which is getting usually 2 points a move for thickness, or sometimes you're threatening an area, sometimes you support an invasion. You get a lot of value for it, right? So the most positive exchange rate thing you can do in Go is attack. So what that means is we should be trying to attack more. Well, how do we attack more? We set up positions that we can attack with. And a great thing to do that with is a wall. So let's go back here. If you have an extension and they go in, well, guess what? That's the best thing that we can do and Go is attack this group. And now we are threatening to surround it while making points in Sente. You want cash in Sente. You want profit. You don't want to make points in Gote. Okay, so down here, you're not thinking I'm making points. You're thinking I'm making a base. Bases are good because it prevents a negative exchange rate, or in other words, your opponent attacking you. So when you're up here, you want to think I'm making a base while threatening to pincer this stone. Okay, that's what you want to be thinking about. You're not really thinking about the points. Especially in this shape, there's still Aji right here. There's still a lot of weakness right here. So White can actually break into this corner. It's not points. It's definitely not points. Star points don't want points. Star points want frameworks. They want control. They do not want territory in Gote. Okay, so this is all fine. All right, so you're going here. This looks like you want points.
That move was for points and to put a little pressure on the white group, but I realized that
this is Sente.
He's still... yes.
So if you can block the corner in Sente, let's do it in Sente.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Makes sense now, though.
So you're wanting to bully these stones. I would say if they have a base, don't stress too much about it until you get more stones around. Usually if they have a base and a jump, let's just save it for later, because right now there's a lot of room to maneuver. And on top of that, White has 2 slides for the second eye. So it's going to be a little difficult. Not impossible. Like, you could peep this and create some trouble. It's perfectly fine. But right now, I really just want you to learn, does it have a base, yes or no? If you know if it has a base or not, then you're good. Okay, once everyone has a base, so there's a corner move, corner move, corner move, corner move. There's something between the corner moves. 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 Everyone has a base. Once those 2 conditions are met, open sides, open quarters, once those have been ruled out, the next up is the center. So now in the center, you want to look at these 4 squares. You want to go, the simplest way is to draw a line with the star points, and then just go into the squares. Okay. Now we want to think, which squares do I want to play in? So this one is looking pretty interesting because you've already got some of this. So maybe expanding this up and looking at this square would be interesting. And if we build it high enough, we can start getting some of this square too. Okay, so that's an idea. We could also aim at this bottom right one as well. But I think the big one we don't want to aim at is this one right here, because White's in it. How are we gonna profit right here? So even if we attack this, I'm going to attack it to support this square, not this square. Does that make sense?
All right, so yeah, feel free to slap me. I'm just going to say my intuition might be to play something like O14 to grow that.
No, that's a fantastic move.
Those 2 boxes.
That is a fantastic
so that wouldn't
move.
Be.
Yeah, look, you're building 2 boxes.
Had I made it.
Yeah. What's your plan to this, though?
I think I would have Hanade on the left, on the O.
This is a block, not a Hanade. Oh, wait.
I'm sorry. Block.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I would have gone O.
Okay.
O15. Then when he pushed through, I would have blocked. Yeah.
And there's 2 cutting points. Okay. Be very cautious of the 1-point jump, playing a 1-point jump to an L. The L double jump is very cuttable because it's the double peep.
So you're saying it might have been better to do N14 instead
if you do this,
for that reason?
there's only 1 cutting point. Knight's moves only have one cutting point. Okay.
Got it.
With that being said, there is sometimes a counter to this, which is this diagonal, because you're setting up a tiger's mouth and a tiger's mouth. So in some cases, this is possible as long as you have the diagonal. But be cautious about it, right? Just be cautious about it. I would say probably this is going to be a lot easier for you to handle. One cutting point right now is going to be a lot easier to handle. We can even take this idea even a step further. What if I play a Sente move right here? And then I play right here. Oh, now we're looking really good. Right?
Yeah, the move you just made are the kind of moves I never see.
Right. Well, here's the thing. You'll see these types of moves when you... This is what I'm trying to get at, is you'll see these types of moves in strong players' games, and then you're like, oh, they're thinking the right side is bigger. No, they're actually not even looking at the right side. They're looking at this center right here is really good. And I'm going to take your base. If you go to try to stop me, okay, I'm satisfied. I'm now attacking something. I am now taking your base. Okay, now it's a fight for who's going to get control of this. That's pretty okay exchange, because we're in a fight, and fighting for control of the center is a very common thing. But if you make a base, I'm going to make a very large position. Okay, and this is something that you want to see, is it's not just about what they're threatening, but about what they're going to get when their opponent responds. And you want to look at these
classic, classic asking move.
Yeah. Pretty much, it's kind of asking, but it's also saying I have a response to both of your responses. Like I have a plan no matter what you do. And if you think, hey,
for me,
right? Okay. If you like, hey, I don't like this, then just don't do it. Right? Just do here, bada boom. But I really want you thinking about these 4 center squares after the opening. So open corners, open sides, and then start looking at these squares and watching for bases. Okay, that's going to be the key. So let's assume that you're going to attack this. Let's say you tried to get some stones right here. You're like, I'm going to surround this. Awesome. Very common move to surround is the capping move. If you can surround, what you're aiming at is the squares right here. Okay, that is your profit. Is that going to make sense?
Yes.
All right, so now we're understanding where the value is. Let's start looking at the game. Okay. All right. What are we getting? What are we getting? The response to the slide is the diagonal, because you can block on the next move. So my question to you, why can you not just block right here? What's the problem? This is what you want to do, right? You want to block.
Come over the top. Yeah, you can come over the top with a Hane.
Okay. And then boom, 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 right? Well, crap. Now we've lost our stuff. If white dies next to a wall, then this is fantastic. But that's a really difficult life and death problem, and I don't think white's going to die. But the point is, we consider this first. We consider blocking first. And now that we understand that there's a cutting point, now we're going to back off once and then block directly. Because now we have a response. Now it's an easier cutting point. Right. That is the reason we do it. So make sure you understand the reason we don't immediately block. Because this one, I can get in even further. Okay. All right.
Just the diagonal. Yep.
Your opponent's gone here. Yep, surround the stone. Very good. Ooh, and your opponent made a mistake, and you cut. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Try to capture from the strong side. I was kind of
surprised by that. But it's a 9K kid, right? So.
Whoops. A good habit, this doesn't really matter, like here and here both work, but a good habit is to capture from the strong side, because if a ko comes up later, you want to be able to give those up if a big ko happens. And if you give up 2, it's better than giving up 3 if a ko threat happens. All right, so very, very minor difference, like probably less than a tenth of a point, but just slight benefits.
It costs you nothing to do it the right way. Yeah.
Right, it's just a good habit to have.
Yep.
Okay, so your opponent's going in, destroying this section, and also threatening some of their own stuff. All right. So you are looking at the top points. Now this one's a little bit not good, because we have a base, and your opponent has an open skirt, or you have an open skirt. Your opponent can just jump right in. So you're not actually getting all that much, compared to if I do the exact same thing we did on top. What if I do something like that?
Yeah, that was kind of an automatic response, and I think I was unhappy with it just because of the open.
We got to develop the global awareness. All right, now we're getting into touching, and this is where handicap games will really help you out. The touching fights are the very, very dangerous attack and defense, but very powerful. Okay, in the touching fights, there are two very important things to watch out for: liberties and cutting points. And guess what your opponent just played? They just played a cuttable shape. And they only have 2 liberties.
Right.
So I think that would be a good time to fight. Don't push a knight unless you're going to cut. Save it for later. If you're going to push the knight, go ahead and cut the knight. Okay.
But just cut it directly instead of...
Yeah, don't...
at the end like
usually threatening something is not good because that means you're forcing them to fix it. Or you're giving them time to fix it. Just whatever the job is, just do the job.
Just cut.
Right. Okay, so here... do you notice that white is getting more of the square and you're just getting a little bit at a time? Oh, nice double honey.
Yes.
It's good that you know the double honey, but also you're getting only half a square and white's getting a full square.
Yes.
Okay. Watch your cutting points. Very good. Uh-oh. Why did not save the zone?
I think because of how close it was to his group there. But yeah, I think I could have eaten it up.
There are 2 things worth saving. A group, which is a string of stones that are significant value. So for example, a star point is worth the entire corner. It's like a 20-point stone. Versus the T1 stone is worth 2 points, right? That stone is not a group. So it has to represent an area, or it has to be, let's say, more than 5 or more than 7 stones, usually. It has to be like 15 or more points to be worth saving. Or
Right. So once you makes that cut, I should just instinctively extend to save it.
Well, this is not a group.
Okay.
What it is a cutting stone. A cutting stone is also worth saving because that means you have something to cut off an attack. Okay, so cutting stones and groups, those are what's worth saving. Okay, this is not good. You see how you're getting 1 point at a time, and you're actually forcing white to capture you and get the center. So you want to be on the outside. You want to be on these squares as much as you can. Okay, so right now you're playing Dame, and white's playing. Ooh, there's another cutting point. Try to fight these cutting points. Yeah, these are the most dangerous things that you can do in the middle game is get cut, because cutting your opponent's very powerful. However, it is a bit reading intensive, but this is why we do our go problems, like nets, ladders, squeeze. This is what we're doing go problems for, is to improve our ability to handle these cuts. If you can master the cutting point, you have mastered the middle game.
Okay.
Okay. All right, now you're getting in.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like you keep trying to threaten the cut, and you're forcing your opponent to respond, yes, but notice how you only got 3 points for it, and your opponent has the entire center. So this is going to increase your this is going to increase your global awareness. That is the important thing here. Okay, and all right, I would say probably there's no square left, right? White has this one looks shared, that one looks shared, and black has this one.
Shared.
Okay.
Correct.
So there's 2 conditions to end the middle game. The squares are done, and there's no weak groups. Okay? So is there any weak groups? The only thing that could possibly be a weak group is this white group right here. So if you want to bully it, go for it. You can take the base, you can try to cut, you can surround it, make it a life and death problem, or whatever. If you think it's alive, it is now in-game. In-game, we start switching gears. Instead of looking at the center, we look at the edges. Endgame is all about the second line and first line Sente moves. Sente is very, very important in this part of the board, or this part of the game. So we look at Threaten the Monkey Jump. This one's nice because it's also looking at the base. This one is killing white, then it's good. And I want to say it is. Yeah, that one's good. All right, and unfortunately we can't do this one because we end up dying.
Yes.
So can't play that one, so don't play it. And then after the first and second line Sentai moves, we are going to look for the positions that we can push the borders in. So for example, we can push this right side. We can push this center. Okay. Oh, hey, look, we're getting stuff while we're doing it. But we're just going to push the borders, push the borders, push the borders. And we're going to try to keep Sente as long as you can. Once you run out of Sente moves, and you've pushed all the borders, you can't do anything else, go play a big Gote move. If you can do that, you can probably gain 40 or 50 points over 12 Qs. Now, that's if you can do it perfectly. Wow. So you want to aim for about 10 to 20 points over your opponent, I think is reasonable. So the two keys are going to be the center and the weak groups. So if you can recognize the timing of endgame, that's like half the battle right there. And then if you can keep Sente for 20-something moves, every single one of these moves, you have gained a point over your opponent. That's like 22 points right there. And the 23 gained like 8 points.
Yeah, the Sente moves help you keep the exchange in your favor.
Exactly.
Every single move.
And
Makes sense.
Right, and to make sure it's Sente, make sure it threatens something. So a good rule of thumb is identify the biggest Gote move. So we saw the top was right here. So we want to draw just a little circle. Like that's about what it's looking at. So I need to make sure that I'm threatening something of that value or greater. Okay, so every single move I need to threaten something that value or greater. Okay, and once I've threatened something of that value or greater and I've run out, now I'm going to go play the big Gote move. And now we look at the next one. Okay, where's the next big Gote move? Probably something in here, right? So now I got to threaten something like that or whatever. Or technically it's white, the white has to do it. So that's kind of the key of the timing of endgame and what you want to look for in endgame. Okay, anything that you have questions on thus far?
No, you've explained it really well.
Okay. So let's keep going. So now we're going to look at the more contact shapes because this is where you get into the reading stuff. This and life and death is where the reading happens. The reading is going to be, for life and death is going to be eyes and vital points, which is the tiger's mouths. For touching, it's going to be liberties and cutting points. So you have played here, but what do you immediately notice?
That's cuttable.
Mm-hmm. It's cuttable. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Okay, let's
so
not...
I dug in too deep.
Right, so let's not get cut. Let's not get cut. Maybe this is the easiest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. You're threatening. Okay. And notice how you're still not fixing that cutting point.
Right.
Still haven't fixed that cutting point.
Sliceable.
This is how we self-destruct and instant lose the game. Because what if white goes here and you're like, I'm going to cut you, and then you're dead? Oops.
Yeah, it happens to me a lot in
right.
club games.
And that is because you have to keep an eye on those cutting points when you're touching stuff.
Overextend.
So
okay.
What we worked on first was the global vision. Open corners, open sides, the 4 squares, the end-game timing. But you have to combine that with the local vision, which is the tactics. So the global is strategy, the local is tactics. So you gotta. The big thing with tactics is liberties and cutting points. It's very important to remember. So here, absolutely want to start playing this. You want to connect. You want to connect as fast as possible, because if you block the bottom and you just die, then it's not a good exchange rate. Uh-oh, that's not a double Atari. Well, you blocked, but if these stones died, you got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 with a cutting point for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So you actually gave white more points than you by trying to get points.
Yeah, I think I misread it and did badly there. Yeah.
Reading is very difficult at this level. The only thing you want to worry about reading is cuts and liberties, nets and ladders. Nets and ladders are for capturing cutting stones. Trying to read beyond that is almost impossible because there's too many moves to consider. So we just got to narrow it down to the most important ones, which is what cuts you, what doesn't cut you, what capture the cutting stone, what doesn't capture cutting stone, nets and ladders. And 3 liberties or less, that is a good hint that there's a Tsuji or a tactic there. So not
Right.
always. It does not. It's not always there, and depending on the amount of Go problems you've done, maybe you see it, maybe you don't. But a good hint is that there might be a Tsuji is when it's 3 liberties or less. Okay, so you've played over here, but notice the cutting points here that you ignored. Boom,
Yes,
there's
I see
another
them.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 points. All right, so you've lost 25 points for 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. That
That's
is
pretty sad.
that is a negative exchange rate, all from cutting points. But your opponent's not seeing it either, so your opponents are also making these mistakes. So imagine if you could catch your opponent's mistakes. This one's a bit slow. I'm not sure what you're after here. Okay, block is good, and there's the cut.
Yep.
I think we just gotta not die. It's
Yes.
painful, but don't die is the number one rule. Very painful, but it's
Right.
better than dying. Oh, it's too late now. Can't save it after it's dead. Unless your opponent
Yes.
plays like this, then you can. But whatever. Whatever.
Yeah, I clearly got away with way
Hey.
more than I should have.
Yeah, this is because your
How did
opponent.
that live? You're asking yourself.
Yeah, this is
Yes,
because your
do
opponent
that.
didn't connect and watch their cutting points. Let's flip sides for a second. Let's say you're white. The way to keep something dead is to make sure it doesn't live through your cutting points. It doesn't have enough room to make 2 eyes. There's no way to make 2 eyes. The only thing that can go wrong is
Cut off.
your cutting points. So that's all you look for in this situation is your cutting points. And then trap it against the edge. But white tried to keep you away from the edge, which typically is what you want to do, but didn't respect their own cutting points, and it backfired.
Yep.
Okay.
I think when I played that, I'm like, I got away with something I shouldn't have gotten away with there. Yeah.
Okay. Good. And Sente, perfect. Perfect. Good. And Gote. All right. And if you're going to play Gote, is this bigger than this? I don't think so.
No.
Also, this is
Yeah,
a
I think
bad
that-
combination because you have a cutting point. What if I go
Right.
right here? You have a cutting point. And then I go right here. And oops, everything's gone.
Everything's sad. Yeah,
Right.
I remember
to
looking
go
at the
here.
one at the top. Yes. I remember
Or
looking at the one
here.
at the top and making that one, thinking it was bigger.
Don't
Yeah, just seal
force
it up.
a shape. If it doesn't work, don't do it. Like don't try to force the things you want. So if you want to block right here, yeah, it's great. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Check the cuts, check the liberties. If it doesn't work, then just back off one. Who cares if it looks ugly, right? Who cares if it's just a Nobi or whatever? It doesn't have to be fancy. It needs to do the job. Shapes are tools. It doesn't matter how good a screwdriver looks or how fancy it was made. It's not the best tool for hammering a nail. Okay, so shapes are only tools. It doesn't matter if it looks good or looks bad. It needs to do the job and do it well. Good end game here. Good end game here. Ooh. Unfortunately, don't do this when you can be Atari.
It's a mistake.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
good.
a
It's
mistake.
good that you caught it though. Like it's good that you're seeing double Atari second line cuts. Very, very useful. But just keep in mind when you get Atari'd, that's when it's wrong.
Right.
But okay, lesson learned. And you
But
got
I'm
the
like-
big move.
And- yeah, then I got that one in.
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, I'm happy I got that one in. I should have gotten it earlier,
What about
to your
here?
point.
Look at that. Then
Oh,
cut.
yeah.
Ooh, very dangerous, right?
Mhm.
But you
I
get
did get that at the end of the game.
yeah, you get 7 and Sente. So if you just
At the very
If
end
you
of the game, I got that.
if you go here and your opponent doesn't
Yes.
respect their cutting point,
Yes.
oops.
Which he didn't. Yep, that's what happened.
Oh, you didn't respect your cutting point.
Nope.
Who cares if it's ugly? Push the
All right.
border. It's not
I got-
cuttable.
I got sloppy.
It's
Yes,
not
I got
cuttable.
sloppy.
Yeah, here you played the prettier shape, but you got cut. This is Dame. This doesn't do anything right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Do you know the timing for when to fix with a tiger's mouth?
I think I just connected there.
You did. I'm just asking you if you know when to tiger's mouth.
No.
Okay. Would you be surprised to learn that tiger's mouths are bad shapes? They are just empty triangles in disguise. Tiger's mouths...
Seems like they might be.
Yeah, tiger's mouths are really bad at doing a thing. Because if you're trying to fix the cut, connection's better. But tiger's mouths are really good at doing two things. So for example, if I needed to fix a cut, but I also needed an eye, well, this creates an eye shape while also fixing a cut. So you don't need an eye right here, so you want to connect. But if you're surrounded in the corner, then you want to fix with a tiger's mouth because, hey, that helps your eyes and it fixes the cutting point. Another common shape is when you have something along these lines. And you're like, hey, I have two cutting points. If I fix here, there's a cut there. Okay? If I fix here, there's a cut there. Okay? But a tiger's mouth, there's no cut anywhere because it's fixing two at the same time. Tiger's mouths are really good at two things, very bad at one thing. So make sure you always understand what the secondary purpose is if you're going to play tiger's mouth. Oopsie daisy. See? All about these cutting points. All the touching stuff is the cutting points. Oh, did you resign? Oh, maybe you stopped recording here?
Yeah, I stopped recording.
Okay.
And then we counted and I won. Yeah.
Cool. So I think the big stuff here that you probably take from this game is probably this section. I want to say this is where all of the mistakes were. Because you died here, but brought it back. And then you have a lot of stones here that got less value than all of white stones. Right? This white area was much bigger than your area. So why would you make that trade? Right? So here, just make sure you're keeping track of which square is the most important square at the time. Let's actually start writing some stuff down. Do you have a profile on my website?
I'm trying to remember if I remember going to your website. I can't remember if I created an account there or not.
Okay. When you do, let me know because I can put notes in your profile. But I'll go ahead and put them in Discord.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, open after open corners and open sides. Look at the center squares. You want to set up attacks for profit, not make territory in Gote. There are exceptions to this. If the territory is big enough, just win. But that's for identifying exceptions. That's not our starting fundamentals. Once the four squares are shared or done, check for weak groups and then start endgame. Okay? Endgame is second line plus first line Sente moves. Real Maeda, the Japanese pro who came to Congress several times, he once told me some in-game advice. He said, Yosei first and second line is king and Sente is god. And so you always need to follow your god. Keep Sente as long as possible. And I thought that was amusing. Just remember that Sente is the most important thing in endgame. For tactics, which is touching fights, cuts are the key. Nets and ladders are for capturing cutting stones. Low liberties well, we'll say 3 or less liberties are where Tsuji are found. Be wary of those. And extend from your walls. It creates an easier fight for you in the future. Okay. Any
All right,
questions
and,
about anything?
No, and I'm gonna try to see if I can upload a game here. I'm not sure where the heck it is. Let me try upload. Because the one I played with Michael Bloom is, I don't know how to describe it. It's like I played it back yesterday, and I'm like, what the heck was I doing? This is a weird game. So it'd be kind of fun to review. But yeah, I have to find it and then get it uploaded. Oh, this helps a lot.
Do you have a link to the game?
Yeah, I think it might be on my tablet still. Hold on. Let me...
So we only have like 10 minutes left. I want to teach you a little bit about how to think about Josekis. And I think this 3-3 invasion is a good one.
Let's do it.
So you're playing this Hane, and I believe you will be familiar with this one, right? Because you've been playing Go a while?
Yes.
And are you familiar why the AI took this away?
Yeah, I took that away.
But yeah, we don't play this anymore after AI.
Right. Yeah, I figure at my level it's probably okay to still play it. But
there's
I have played
a
it
couple
in a few tournament games. But
Yeah, there's a couple keys here. So, firstly, do you remember before AI the 3-3 invasion was bad in the opening? Like it was just bad.
I remember that. Yes.
Because
they always said,
this-
"What are you doing that for?"
Yeah, this wall is way too strong. This is terrible. But if you don't give them that tiger's mouth, it's actually not as strong because there's a peep here. So that means if I can peep right here and maybe make a move over here, that doesn't look all that scary. But if you give them that tiger's mouth, they're pretty much alive, and that left side is going to be very difficult to play on because they're going to attack you with a super strong wall because it has no cutting points. This is a net. Make sure you know the net.
Yep.
It has no cutting points, and it has shape for 2 eyes immediately. So this tiger's mouth is really powerful. So if your opponents ever give it to you, be happy.
Yes.
So there is that. Secondly, we always want to think in Joseki, why am I not playing somewhere else? Why do you not want to go here? Well, because attacking is bigger, right? Surrounding something is very valuable. Okay, so let's go right here. Black should be happy to play here because we're surrounding white. Now white's going to be like, why am I not playing the open corner? Well, if you do that, you die. That's pretty easy. Okay, so let's expand my ice space. Black, I want to surround you. Okay, white, what if I Tanuki now? Well, if you Tanuki now, you die. Okay, well, I'll go again. Expand the ice space is how we live. Okay, black says, I want to block you. Oh, I have cutting points. Uh-oh. Now, there is a Joseki for this, but it's not a fundamental Joseki, right? So that is a Joseki, but it's not fundamental. So fundamentally, we're like, hey, I don't want to do that. I got a cutting point, so I need to fix my cutting point. All of a sudden, we're playing something that's not Joseki. Why does no one want to do this? This is an amazing move. Because we're connected, has lots of liberties. White does escape, but we get our extension. This is perfectly reasonable. But the strong players are like, hey, if I go right here, this is Gote, because if I leave, then I get Hane Head of 2, I have cutting points, I have low liberties, it's bad. So I'm just going to keep playing. But I'm fine with letting you have the next move first, because I've got a nice wall to fight with right here. I've got enough influence. So when you play right here, you need to think, I'm going to make a wall in Gote. If you want Sente, you should think, oh, I'm gonna connect right here and take Sente. Right? So don't always think that the Joseki move is the only move. This is the move because of a certain reason. It's not that the other moves don't exist, it's that they were ruled out for XYZ. But sometimes if something else changes, maybe there's an open corner, all of a sudden you really want that Sente. If they take the open corner, well, now they're going to die, right? So they have to do it. But now you've got the influence and you got Sente. This looks amazing, right? So you want to think about these.
Game, getting all 4 corners.
Right. So you want to think about these ideas in your Josekis is why are they not fixing the cutting point? Why are they not making a base? Why are they not expanding their eye space? Why are they not living, right? So cutting points and bases. If they're not doing one of those two things, you need to figure out why. Right? Otherwise, and the way to do that is ask, why can I not leave? That is a really good way to study Josekis. Why can I not play somewhere else? If you ask, what if it happens if I play somewhere else? If you can answer that question, that's probably the why. So now we're going to get into some more AI stuff. The AI is like, hey, guys, don't do this because the peep right here is not good. So the AI is like, hey, I can 3/3 invade.
Let's move.
Yeah, but now we go to black. Well, I don't want that peep right there, so I'm going to go here. Well, he says, okay. Now I can just slide, which is a very common way to escape, is to slide out. Right? You can slide and you can come back up to the third line later. Because if we do it this way, then we're out, and black is also happy because I don't have that peep. But wait a second, I don't want my opponent to be able to do that so easily, so I'll do this. Well, okay. Now this one's a little bit tricky and complex, so I'll try to escape and expand my eye space. Aha! Well, now if I take Gote, now the peep is on the 4th line. That's much easier to handle. Right? Typically you can jump, but you can understand that having more moves, more liberties is going to make this cutting point a bit easier to handle. So that's okay. Additionally, if we connect and threaten, oh, that wall looks so much better. Right?
And now you can go further out. Right?
Mm-hmm. I'll share this idea. I don't know if I want you to apply it, but this is something that I see a lot of single-digit queues mess up. They like to make this wall to aim at the left side, and this is actually aiming at the top side, because the Joseki you're aiming for is actually this sequence. Now, the reason
So you're kind of swapping what you
right,
get.
you're squeezing this to swap the direction. So the reason I say that is because if you're looking at modern pro games and they're blocking in a direction that you think is not the direction to build, they might be aiming at that Joseki, or they might be looking for Sente. Because we also have ways to deal with this. Right? So just keep that in mind. There's usually reasons for it. But right now, I think it's going to be very useful for you to make the wall in the direction that you want to build. And then just keep it strong. Keep it strong and make that extension. And it'll be very happy. Obviously, if there's something urgent, like an open corner, get that first. But if there's nothing urgent, then I think it's good. If you're happy to take Gote, this is perfectly fine to take Gote. And then get your extension when you can. And that's the goal. I would say for the white move here, you want to Tanuki as soon as you can. And I would say when this turn is Gote, that's the Tanuki timing. So if it's Sente, you've given the top and the left. You don't want that. So you have to respond again. And black doesn't want to get Hane Head of 2. So now we can Tanuki because now it's Gote and I can play something else. Because now I'm alive. I'm not going to get cut. Okay, so that is the Tanuki timing for white on the inside. So even this basic 3/3 invasion, there's lots of reasons behind it. And every single move, you're like, can I Tanuki? Can I Tanuki? What are the cutting points? Where are the bases? So whenever you're analyzing a Joseki, you want to think about all of that as much as possible so you understand the Joseki and not just copying it blindly. Any questions about that?
No idea. I do have one question about the opening I've been using for forever.
Okay.
You can just go to a blank board or just play some.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you go in the 4-4 in the upper right.
Okay.
And then just grab a random corner on the other side this way. And then Q3.
Okay. Chinese?
And then the other corner. And then I've been going R5.
R5. Okay.
5.
What is the question?
So my question is, I've been thinking about doing Chinese just to learn it.
Mm-hmm.
I actually just ordered a book on it so I can read through the book and figure it out. But is this a horrible opening or is this okay?
It's don't even stress about it. Everything's fine. You could do 100 different moves and it'd be fine. The difference between the moves are less than 1/10 of a point. The difference, like between this, between this, between this, between this, between that, between that, it's like 1/10 of a point.
It's like stuff pros cared about, but not.
Like even pros are like, I don't care about the difference unless I'm non-pro. I talked to some Korean pros, and they're like, the difference between like the opening choices versus star point versus 3-4 or whatever, it only matters if you're like non-pro. For the lower pros, they can like play whatever opening they want, as long as it's a decent opening, right? Because it's such a small difference. The best answer here.
That's what I played against in the game that I lost. I actually got a great, I think, because he had played 3-4s in both corners, and I got the R5 in, and then I did an approach move and got.
I'll give you a little bit of a secret. If you go right here against 2 star points, your opponent usually will not be able to value those star points at all. The Q players are really bad at using the centers. The center 4 squares, they're almost always trying to make territory. So making territory with the star point is very inefficient compared to the 3-4 point. So if they're star point for territory and you're 3-4 point for territory, and then you use your star point for the center, you're going to be so far ahead. Because they don't know what to do with star points if they don't have an extension to attack something with. They just waste the star point. So it's a nice little Q killer strategy.
Yeah, because I've been playing this. Just for some reason, I started doing it in the Go Congress, and I just stuck with it.
Yeah, you can do whatever opening you want. Do what is fun to you. So ideally, you'll pick an opening that creates the middle game that you most enjoy. But while you're learning, I would just say pick an opening and play it for like 50 games. But try not to change the opening every single game, because then you're having to learn something new on the opening every single game, and there's like dozens and dozens of variations. Try to just pick an opening, play it for 50 games, maybe change one move, play it for 50 games, change one move, play it for 50 games, and just do that until you learn the stuff, and then you can pick what you want and play it. Right? I think that's a good habit to get into, is just play consistently, but also you don't have to limit yourself to just one idea. If you want to try the Chinese, go for the Chinese.
The one question I have on this one is an extension from this is K4 or K3 one that is better. It doesn't really matter.
Do you have support on this side or no? Do you have support?
Yeah, usually in this move, I'll do like an F3 approach and then come back for K4.
Oh, okay. So if you're playing like this, my recommendation is to stay solid and safe, because the star point aims more at the center. But I think this is a very ideal, powerful position, and it's very easy to get at this level. So if you can get this, be very happy. So I think just aim for that. Now, like you said, you approached and then went high. That is good, because now you do have support on both sides. I would probably go with a 2-space, though, because you want a base. So you're thinking one's just stone jumps 2, not one stone jumps 3. You can do this. You can do this because of the kick. It will make you a little over-concentrated if you don't. But another Q killer strategy. If they have a 3-space jump, throw a stone in and leave it alone. This will cause them a world of headache. And probably you'll get a second move in a row for it, or you'll get a second move later for it. They'll spend maybe 1 or even 2 moves trying to kill that stone, and you'll get so many free moves because they'll try to kill it because they're scared of it, right? So a lot of the times to a 3-space, just throw a stone in and let it die. Let your opponent worry about it. when you get a little bit stronger, when you feel comfortable, you can start worrying about the timing of activating it and what happens. But even if you don't want to do anything with it, because maybe the variations are hard, just throw a stone in, your opponent will get a huge headache. So this is a little bit less efficient because it's 2 stone jumps 2 instead, but it's a lot less likely you're going to get in a lot of trouble. Like, you can defend the base very easily. You can pincer and then jump and try to surround. It's a lot stronger of a shape. So yeah, it's a little inefficient, but it's going to prevent you from dying, which is kind of the key at this level, is to stop dying.
So you like the 2 space, because the 3 space has an easy cutting point. Yep.
Mm-hmm. I think a very nice Joseki to aim for would actually be the slide and go up, because this is actually feeling very nice. So I think this is a nice one to aim for too. So just there's lots of options. There's lots of different ideas.
Yeah.
We don't have enough time today, but at some point I do want to talk to you about the pros and cons of this. I think I'll link you a video, actually. I have a video on this about how to handle this as a Q player, because the double-digit Qs will almost always mess something up in this move. And the single-digit Qs usually play it and get no value from it later. So there's a lot of mistakes that are made because of that move, because everyone wants to copy the AI. So I'll send you a video on that. You should also, at some point, watch the videos on the Clossius approach. Watch them at a slow pace, because there's a lot of them, and it's like 50 hours long, and that's a lot to digest. So I would say for every video, play 5 games. And I think that would be a good rule of thumb. You don't have to... The starting ones are 9x9, and then 13x13, and then it goes to 19x19. If you wanted to just watch the 9x9 just to get some overview, some pointers, you don't really have to stop playing 19x19 to do it, because you want to work on Chinese and everything. But there are lessons from the small boards that we need to make sure that we know, like second line cuts, don't miss Ataris, push and block the borders without missing cuts, third line cuts, 3-3 invasions, which I think you know all of, but if you see the Clossius approach, that's what I start with, and that is why. And then from there at 19Q, I start 19x19 stuff. Okay.
There's certainly nothing wrong with going back to the basics as a Go player.
Yeah, it's good to understand the building blocks, and that way when you're at the 9Q videos, you're like, why does all of this make sense considering he just said this at 20Q? It's because it's a layer. It's like a cake. Layer upon layer. Yeah, with that, hopefully you found the lesson educational, and you said you scheduled next week?
Scheduled Thursday, yeah. So I've got... Our Go Club in Austin meets on Tuesdays, so I'll probably have a game from that. And then I'll make a point of playing on OGS.
Cool. Try to see if you can play 10, maybe 20 games before the next lesson. And then bring your questions, like what didn't go the way you expected, or you couldn't get the extension to work, and here's an example of you didn't get anything from it, and we can analyze why. Those are the best games, is the ones where you didn't understand what happened, or you lost, and you're like, why couldn't I use this thing that I'm supposed to be able to use? Those are
that's why
those
I'm
are really
bummed.
good.
I didn't record the round 5 game, which I lost. I was actually 4-1, and that was probably the one that was the most didactic.
Yeah, I think we still got a good amount of material though. So, yeah. Well, hopefully this will help and get you one step closer to single digit Q.
And I'll make sure that I upload those SGFs to OGS and blast you links.
Awesome. See you next time.
Thanks so much. Take care now.
All right. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the lessons today. Sugonitis, I was doing lessons today, so I refunded your Clossius coins, because it was not an open queue today, it was lessons. So I like that you're spending Clossius coins, but people spending money get priority. I'm sorry. The actual money is a little bit more valuable than a Clossius coin. But yeah, shout out to my stuff. If you guys are interested in getting lessons like the one you just saw, you can do so here at seansgogroup.com. Also, if you are interested in doing Go problems, you can do so with sumegodragon.com. And if you are interested in the AGA, you can join for an entire year for 50% off using code Clossius, and I think that's like $15. And apparently, even if you're not in the US, you can get that. And the benefits are, for anyone, the NAOL, which is the online league. So AGA members get to play in an online league, which some games get reviewed. At least one will get reviewed by someone. And there are weekly reviews that you can access. And then also you will get access to in-person tournaments if you are in the States, and also access to a city league where you join. It's a team tournament for cities. So if you have a local club, your club can join the city league, and that is an AGA members perk as well. With that, I think that's about it. Hopefully everyone... I can't support on Sumago Dragon. It seems to be an old version. What do you mean? So if we go to, let's say, the profile or the settings or whatever. Oh, I can't click the subscribe button because I'm not subscribed. I'm already subscribed. I need a private window. Private window. Okay, Sumago Dragon. Okay, so I click subscribe, and you're saying this doesn't work? Oh, on phone. Okay, let me make it mobile. Refresh. Okay. So here, probably have to make an account first. So let's sign up. Ba 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 ba. Okay. So do the drop down. Go to. I should put a button here. Go to the profile. It's loading pretty slow. Probably because I'm streaming. Okay. Go away. Go away. Clicking stuff. Aha! That is important. All right. It is appreciated for bringing this to my attention. I will get this fixed probably today. Yeah, that's important. Where's the button that you're clicking? I don't see the button. If I were you, I would just like delete it and re-download it from the website. Just like delete the app and then go to your browser, open it in the browser, and save it as an app again. A lot of the times that will fix some stuff, but there are also times where me being one person will have a bug and I need someone to tell me that it exists, and then I can fix it when someone tells me. So yeah, thanks for letting me know. I will get that fixed. What if I click settings? Ah, there it is. Settings. Found it. Okay, I click subscribe. Subscribe. Stripe error not supported. API version 2015. So this is either using the wrong call or... I'll look into it. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Awesome. Glad you found it helpful, Fridgeful. Thanks for stopping by. All right, and with that, I will see you guys next time.